Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 3 of the W League. I am your host, Curly, and I am joined by Kodomius, the tournament organizer, and a first time
Hello.
commentator, Tomato. How's it going, guys?
Hi. Great, great. I'm very excited for the games today. Many tables are really interesting, so we will see how things will go.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. All right, so we will be waiting a few minutes while we get all the tables loaded and all the players loaded in, and also doing the 5 minute delay. So, real quick, for those who may have not, this is your first time watching the W League, this is a 10-week long team tournament of how many teams are there? There's like 8 teams, or there's like
16.
six. There's 16 teams. That's right. There are so many, each consisting of 6 players. So we have like almost 100 players in this league, and over the course of 10 weeks, we play 3 games each week at this same time. And the best scores at the end of the 10 weeks move on to the playoffs. We are currently in the 3rd week going in, so still fairly early. A lot of things that can happen.
Yeah, exactly. Some teams that have a big lead might still eat some big losses, and the teams at the bottom can gather some points from the ongoing weeks to try to climb the ladder, the standing. Sorry.
Yep, that's right. All right, let's take a look at the first game we'll be watching, and it is Table 4. We have Morning 417, Black Draft, Bayonetta, and Kalfik Alric. Unfortunately, outside of my head, I did not write down what teams they're associated with. But we do have each of the teams' logos on their little cards and their amazingly gilded light backgrounds.
So for the teams, Bayonetta is in my team from Olin Zenitsu. Bloodcraft is from Shimmer's team in the name of Hades. Morning is from Damadane, he's the captain. And Cafe Elric is from Magic Cat, if I remember correctly.
Okay, very good. So it looks like we have uh, a table of like a couple of adepts and then the team captain Saint going in on it. Just looking at these stats and looking at these players, what are you kind of expecting to come out of this table?
What do you think, Tomito?
I think, well, it's a saint versus a few adepts, then it's no contest.
Just like that, just gonna let the past experience just take over the table. But Mahjong is a game of luck. You never know what kind of crazy hands some of these adepts will get. I mean, I remember my time in the silver lobbies, like the most degenerate hands people would get. There's nothing I can do about it. So you have to be on the lookout for that for sure.
Yeah, for me personally, what sticks the most is the reach rate for from every players. If we look a little bit, we can see that Cafe and Bayonetta, both of them have a 20% reach rate, while Morning and Bloodcraft have a lower reach rate, 14 for Morning and 9 for Bloodcraft. So maybe we might see some shenanigans like some bit of dama, or maybe some more aggressive plays by Bloodcraft with some calls. It will be very interesting.
All right, that's an excellent analysis. And not to cut you off, but we are ready to load into our very first table. Let me get all these in and oh, Bayonetta disconnected?
Oh,
Do we have a game
yeah, yeah,
pause?
yeah.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
There is a pause, yes. So we will use that time. Oh, by the way, you should maybe share your screen, Curly, on Discord, so we can see
Oh,
the
you're right. You're right. Good,
game.
good call. Good call. Let me do that real fast. Oh, yep. And we do have a game pause here.
Yeah, yeah. There was a game pause from Cafe. And Cafe is also disconnected now. But yeah, I'm checking the stream right now, and what we can see is that Bloodcraft has a slow hand with some Kanchans and Penchan. It will be quite difficult maybe to fill up those shapes. Morning has two Doras in hand, but a lot of honors, Ruse honors, and some Sozu shape. Maybe he will try some Honitsu. Cafe has a good hand with two Doras. Maybe he will try to force Tanya with that. As for Bayonetta, yeah, I was gonna say he might pawn the Hatsu and then go with one hand, which he has done now. He called the Hatsu. And he has a very fast hand. He can chi 3 pin or 6 pin later and be Tenpai with a tanky weight. Or he will maybe discard 1 8 pin and then. Oh yeah, so now he has a Nobetan. So if he chi 3 6 pin, he will be Tenpai. That's a fast hand.
Senpai. Oh.
So for now, everyone's hands is going a bit slowly. A morning managed to pick up a pair of South and a 3-man close to the Aka5. Bayonetta called the 6-man. He's now Tenpai waiting on 3 6 pin. There is 5 tiles left in the wall. Oh, Bloodcraft is discarding the Dora. Interesting. He doesn't want to keep it to make a shape with 6. So what do you think about that tomato?
I think it's interesting.
Yeah, indeed. I think maybe he should have maybe discarded the 1 pin, but then later he would be forced to discard the 3 pin and it would deal in. So maybe it will save him. Ah,
Maybe it's
never
a
mind.
reading. Maybe he
Yeah,
read the weight.
yeah, maybe. But now if he's standby, he will deal in on the 3 pin
Ah.
on Bayonetta. As for let's see about Cafe. Oh, that's a wife, unfortunately. Cafe, I think, was Ishanten, I think. I didn't watch. Yeah, he was Ishanten, I think. Yeah. So, unfortunately, his Dora 2 died. So now we have Bayonetta as the dealer. He has some good shape, even though he has 2 Kanchan in the Pinzo shape. He fortunately filled one with the 4-pin draw. Cafe has a good start too, with 1 Dora. And I think he might maybe he will try Honitsu if he's lucky. Like if he draws another 8 pin, maybe he would force Honitsu. Morning has a very good hand. Yeah, I think he's Ishanten right now. And Bradcraft, he has also a good hand. He can pawn the tune and make the 2 pin his pair or the 9-man. But he has a loose Aka5, so we will see if he will be willing to discount it.
That was an interesting move by Morning. He got rid of the 9, leaving himself with a Penchan instead of keeping the pair and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shape. I wonder why. Maybe he's going
Yeah,
for Itsu.
maybe, yeah. You may be right. Maybe he saw the Itsu. Normally, the normal play is when you are Ishanten, you want to keep 2 pairs. He had 2 of them, 1 pin and 9 pin. So he had a white Ishanten for being Tenpai. But yeah, maybe he saw the Itsu on the 7-pin draw. But the issue is if he go for Itsu, he will have to discard the pairs. the 1p pairs. So that's difficult to go for it, so in my opinion. But we will see. Oh, Cafe drew a second Dora in the meanwhile. That's interesting. Maybe he will force Onitsu with the 1 Dora, or no, maybe he thinks that maybe going for Tanya is better, I think. And that's another good Dora for Bayonetta. Now he has 2 Doras and he's 2 Shanten from Tenpai.
Cafe is E Shanten, but it's most likely going to be a Shanfon weight, which isn't the best.
Indeed.
But
and
you can stay down,
Bloodcraft is also E Shanten. No, never mind. He's 2 Shanten. No, he's 1 Shanten. Yeah, he's 1 Shanten. If he pair up 9 pin or 2 pin or draw 5-8, so he will be able to discard 5 pin for Tenpai. Interesting.
So if he kept the pair of 9 pin, he'd be in Tenpai now. What is he up to?
リーチです。
Very
And
good
that's
hand.
Richie for Bayonetta. Chi for Cafe, he's attacking with Tanya Dora 2. And that's Sumo.
つもごめんなさいね。
Oh, Anura? Maybe? No. Unfortunately, it will only be a Mankan. But that's a good start for Bayonetta. So let's see. Bayonetta has a lot of honors loose tiles, so it will be difficult to do something with that in the beginning. What do you think about Morning Hand, Tomato?
I'm still taking everything in. Morning's hand. It's nice that he has 2 Dora. Possible to force Tanya, I guess.
Yeah. He has the chance to maybe pawn the 8 pin and force Tanya or Dora too. It will be interesting. As for Cafe, he also picked up a Dora, and he has some good shapes to. Oh, that's a big draw with 8, so he's now Ishanten. That will be very interesting if he managed to reach it. And Bloodcraft is 2 Shanten right now with 1 Dora. I wonder what he will do if he draws the last 7 so. Will he keep it and discard maybe 4 so, or okay, yeah, he keeps the 8 so in case he draws the 7 so. That's very interesting and a good choice in my opinion. Bayonetta has a lot of pairs though for his hand. It would be interesting to see if he will try to open his hand. Oh, never mind, he won't. That's a reach for
with
Cafe.
Richie 1 Dora.
Yes. And he has the chance.
Shape.
Yeah. It's a good weight. 5-8 pin. We don't see the AK 5 pin. Oh, no. That's only paths from Molding. Interesting.
リーチ一発ドラ
That's very interesting. Maybe he didn't trust the half Suji with 4 man because Cafe discarded the 7 man. So maybe he thought that since he had 2 8 pin, he could discard them since he had nothing better. But unfortunately, it was a bad choice. And Bradcraft with the emote. I love to see that. So Cafe,
After that dangerous situation, after that deal-in, it looks like Morning has started off strong with the Ishanten. The other hands look a bit more slow, although Bayonetta is moving forward quickly. What is that? Ishanten? Ishanten.
Yeah, he's Ish on 10, yeah. On either 5-8, so draw, or if he pairs up with one of the loose tile, yeah, he calls
Yes.
Chi. I personally don't know about that Chi. I know that 8 pin is the
Yeah,
Dora, but
it didn't advance his hand.
yeah, exactly.
In any case, morning is now in Ricci. That's a good
Yeah.
comeback possibility.
Yeah, he has Richi, Tanya. Oh, that's an
Oh wow.
symbol. Wow.
As expected of the Saints.
Yeah, that call from Bayonetta moved the word correctly for morning,
Yes.
and that's Haneman. So he dealt in and then gained his points back with some bonus. That's always good.
There have been so many Apatsus this hand. This is nuts.
Yeah, I mean that's Mahjong. You always you always see this kind of things going on, and you're like, why the others and not me? So let's see now. Morning has 3 Doras in hand, but he has a lot of bad shapes. So he has uh, one Penchan. Wait, no, 2 Penchan. Sorry, 2 Kanchan. So even if he has a lot of shiny tiles, it will be quite difficult to fill in all the shapes. Meanwhile, Bayonetta is scoring more and more. He's Ish on 10 for Hatsunami. Bloodcraft. He's Ish on 10 right now for Richinomi. Will he keep the Sandman? No, he doesn't.
Interesting choice.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he doesn't want to keep the Sandman because the 2/9 so are already discarded. So all in all, this real man to 3 man will be bad, I think, and that's a deal. Fortunately, it's cheap, so that's fine for Bloodcraft.
Got off easy.
Yeah. But so far, Bloodcraft played well, but he's just unfortunate with the discard. He's always 1 turn too late, discarding the type that he should have maybe discarded 1-2 turns earlier. So I can understand why he's a bit frustrated by that. So Bloodcraft, he might have a chance for Honitsu with all the loose honors. Maybe if he can pair up one dragon or the east, he might try maybe Honitsu. Interesting. He doesn't want to keep the sand though. So maybe he's indeed seeing the potential for Honitsu. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a hard
But it
commit,
is
Honitsu, if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, but the issue is if you want to commit for Honitsu, then if you discarded Sanzo, you should discard the Aka5 now, because it will be a liability later. So better discard it now, I think. What will he do now? Will he keep? No, he doesn't. That's interesting. I wonder what he's seeing with this K5. Maybe just one more hand value, but then he should have kept the Sanzo or the 7th. Yeah, now he discarded. Okay, good. For the other hands, Morning is also going for Honitsu, but his shapes are a little bit better. And Bloodcraft may discard the East later to allow Morning to pun it. Bayonetta has picked up another Dora, and he discard 9 pin. So he's thinking about Tanya. Yeah, he's Ishanten for Tanya. Tanya Dora 3. That will be interesting if he manages to reach you to cheer something. By the way, what would you chi? What would you chi, guys? Would you chi the 7 so to fill in the Kanchan, or would you maybe uh, pawn the 5 so or the 2 so? What would you do?
For whose hand?
Bayonetta.
Uh, uh, I think I would probably start opening up this hand if I can start like getting good progress on it.
Well, yeah, with Tanya Dora-san, of course.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe some players would maybe skip the Dora pawn as to not give some info for the others and force them to fold.
Oh, if I would like
But
Pandora, I don't know. It's so much. It's so many points, and like you have a good shape to get there. If I didn't have a Yaku, like kind of secured, I would be a lot more hesitant. But the fact that you can go, just Tanyao with this and get all that Dora seems like a decent route to take.
I see.
I would pawn it as well. It advances the hand.
Yeah, that's true. So morning is Ishanten. Yes, Sanmen-chan and two
You okay,
honors.
Curly?
Yeah, just this entire situation is just kind of funny to look at because Black Draft is holding all of morning's tiles that they need to progress.
Yeah, that's
Indeed.
what I was going to say. Like he's keeping them like it's way too dangerous. Oh, by the way, morning failed to be Tempai because he discarded the Sandman. Oh yeah, but he drew the
地
Dora. Okay, that's why he's going elsewhere with that hand. Maybe he will pawn the the east, but then he will deal in into Bayonetta now.
I'm more interested in Bayonetta. He's got a very nice Entotsu shape. It feels like
Yep.
his win is inevitable.
Yeah. But unfortunately, everyone are keeping the 2 pin and the 2 so and the 5 pin. So his dead is almost dead right now. Yeah, there is 1 2 pin left in the wall, and that's it.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's folding as best they can
That's right.
to not deal
The
in.
end of the
Black
game.
Draft the only one in danger of potentially dealing in, it seems, because all of those calls.
脳天だわ
Unfortunately for everyone, they dodge Bayonetta's
At least he managed to show off his nice hand at the Ryukoku.
hand. Exactly. So Bayonetta may have a chance for Sanchaku 678 or 789, depending on the
本
hand,
です
on the draws. Oh, Bloodcraft is calling the east. That's interesting. From what I know, I think Bloodcraft is a east player mainly,
Oh
so
no.
I don't know if his teammates thought about how the wins work in South game. I think they would do so because Shimmer is in the team, and I know that Shimmer is someone that takes things seriously, so he wouldn't let that slip. So maybe they have something in mind, but I don't know why for the moment.
I mean, at this point, what is Black Draft's or Black Craft's options for getting out of this East call that's not a Yaku?
Aite?
Inshan Kaiho.
Yeah, or that. That's also a possibility. I mean, in some sense, he can also use that as a bluff to make everyone think that he's Honitsu, and at some point, some people will maybe keep some tiles in hand and force them to fold. Oh, that's a Richie for
リーチで
Bayonetta.
す。
Richie pin for 2 5 so. There is 1 5 so in the wall and 3 2 so. Yeah, Bayonetta, Cafe, sorry, discarding the north as the safe tiles,
Oh dear.
and
ロン。
unfortunately that's a dealing for
Oof, another Apatsu.
yeah, another one.
Can I bet money on Bayonetta winning?
I'm not gonna
I
bet
don't.
halfway through. You gotta do that beforehand.
Yeah, who wants to bet?
Yeah, I mean, Cafe and Morning are good players, so I'm pretty sure that on their dealership they will do their best to fight back, especially Morning. As for Cafe, I mean, I saw him talk quite a bit in RAF Discord in the AI channels and the What Would You Discard channel. So he has some knowledge on the game and what he should do to try and push some hands in the right timing. Like right now, his hands can be very uh, valuable for a comeback for the second place. Right now he's 2 Shanten. He can be Tanyao, maybe Sanchoku on 6, 7, 8. So yeah, let's say he has Riichi, Tanyao, Dora, Sanchoku, Ipats, Tsumo, Ura. That's Baiman almost, or close to that. Yeah. So everything is possible in Mahjong. As for Morning, he's Ishanten, waiting for 2, 5, 8 man to be Tenpai. But he's skipping the Dora. So maybe if he draws 7 pin, he would discard the 6 pin and then be at less Ishanten. So that's why he keeps the Dora in hand for the moment. Bayonetta is calling right now for Ishanten. He has some good shapes, but let's see how he will play this.
Yeah, I'm very curious to what he discards. Oh, okay.
6 man. Yeah. I would do the same for Morning. And that's Tenpai for Bayonetta.
What?
What? I don't like that discard. He should have discarded 2 so easy. And wait on 3 6 so. Yeah, that would be a run. He missed the run. That's unfortunate.
Maybe he's showing mercy to the less experienced players.
Or just trying to get a lot trickier with their weight than just the statistic best.
地
Yeah, maybe. See?
Yeah, there you go.
He
Oh.
proved us wrong.
Yeah, you're not up against computers, you're up against players, and it's not always the best to do the statistically best thing. Sometimes you gotta mix it up a bit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if I saw that in game and I was Cafe, I would say, what? Why he discarded the, and then say, okay, whatever. So Bayonetta has again a good hand with some good shapes. He has 4 blocks and 3 of them are Riamans. Now he has a pair with 1 man. But depending on how he draws, maybe he will discard the 1 man. If he draws, let's say 3 man or 6 man. So his hand is quite fast. As for Bloodcraft, he also has some good shape. I think he's 2 Shantan from Tenpai. And I think he will do the necessary to push this hand and try to win some points.
Yeah, he learned his lesson, not calling the east winds in south.
Yeah, exactly. So Morning, is quite. I was gonna say quite far away, but he's 210, so with $1. Will he go Cheeto if he draws a 4 pair though? I wonder. As for Cafe, he has a possible Ipeco on the Monzu shape. He also has $1 and some good chips. Yeah, that's a nice pickup on 7 pin. Yeah, he's discarding Tuso. I would maybe be tempted to discard also first because since he needs some value to try and catch up morning, I would discard the Foso and secure the 5-so in hand since it's the Dora and keep it as a Rianman. Because right now, if he draws 1-so, he would be forced to discard the Dora. So and he would be rich in army. That would be unfortunate. While if he discarded the Foso, he would make sure that he has at least Dora, maybe Ipeco, if he draws the 7-so, which would include then Pinfu. So I don't know if that 4-so was that 2-so discard was the best discard. And again,
リーチで
Richie.
す。
Oh, that's interesting. He discarded the 2-man and kept the Dora because he's not sure that he might get Sanchoku on the 2-pin draw. That's in the or 2-pin run. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's guaranteeing one Han as opposed to gambling 2 at the risk of getting none.
yeah, exactly. That's a good play, in my opinion. What do you think, Tomito?
I would do the same, especially in first place.
Yeah, I think there is no need to risk anything.
Yeah.
でも
Especially
ご
when
め
you
んな
know
さい
you're
ね
gonna sumo.
Yeah, unfortunately. But yeah,
Bluffing
we
red
can't.
5 is dangerous anyway.
Yeah, I mean, at this point,
General.
I agree with you that since he's in the lead, he doesn't need to be this greedy. I agree with you, Tomito.
But it's not also just about the points of getting the placements here. These points carry over week to week to week. So getting big wins, especially, I don't know what everyone's positions is on the teams. If they're down coming into this week 3, they may be more inclined to try to milk this table for what it's worth.
I can tell you that my team is last. So we need all the points we need. And thankfully, Bayonetta is doing it gratefully. So let's see. Bayonetta has a lot of pairs in hand. So hopefully he won't be tempted to force Cheetah if he draws another pair. Cafe has 2 Doras in hand with Sanzo and Aka 5-so. Unfortunately, he won't be able to force Tanya with that because he has a pair of 1 pin, sorry. So he has to keep it closed. Morning. This hand is quite sad. Like, he can maybe go Honitsu if he pairs up Haku or the East, but it will be very difficult to do something with this hand. Yeah, and now he discards 6-man, so maybe he's either trying to hope for Cheetoy, but yeah, I'm a Cheetoy. Yeah, no, okay, he's forcing Honitsu maybe.
He's
That's
forcing.
the. Yeah, go ahead.
It's also like potentially like a 13 orphans route. I think this is one of those hands where he's like mentally already given up on it, but if it works out to something nuts, it'll work out and they'll have safe tiles in the later parts of the game, hopefully. I think that's what they're doing.
The issue is that he already discarded the North and the 9-man.
Yeah.
Oh, true. Interesting.
Yeah, he's
All right.
going for it.
All Nitsu Force.
Or maybe Chanta.
Oh, Chanta. Yeah, it's looking like Chanta now.
Junchan, sorry. Chanta or Junchan, yeah. So maybe if he pawns one man, he will maybe discard the 4 pin. But then it's still far away. But better do something than nothing. As for Bloodcraft, his hand is very interesting. He's Ishantan, he has Tanyao, he has Wandora, he has Ryankan in the Sozu shape. So his Ishantan is quite wide. Cafe, oh wait. In the meanwhile, Cafe managed to pivot his hand for Tanyao. And suddenly he has Tanya Dora 3 now. Tenpai.
It's
And
likely that Bayonetta will discard into it. Oh, but now Ricci on the table changes things. He might be
indeed.
more inclined to go for Chitoy or just completely fold. If not for that Ricci, I think Bayonetta would have dealt in.
Yeah, I agree.
Was that on purpose or did he just run out of time?
I think he was thinking about his next discard, I think. That should be...
Probably 9 man, yeah.
Yeah, 9 man. Okay, morning, dodge the dealing on Forcer. Oh
Look.
no! Why he discarded the Forcer
タイヤを
when he had
ドラ
the
に
Sanzo in hand? Like he already discarded the 8-9 man, so his hand was already dead. He should have continued to fold, I think. That was a mistake. Sorry. So Cafe, he has a possible Itsu on the Pinzu. He has Haku as the Dora. He might maybe go Honitsu if he can pawn the north. Maybe. No, he skipped the north. Okay. And he skipped the next one. Interesting. So he wants to keep that Mensen. Meanwhile, Morning is attacking with Ishanten for just double south, which is already good enough because he would distantiate himself with against Cafe. So this win is very important for Morning and his team. Meanwhile, Bloodcraft, his hand is very, very horrible. He has a lot of pairs, Kanchans, Penchants. I don't know what he can do with this hand. Wait.
4 pairs, maybe Chitoy.
Yeah.
It would be difficult for him to even get thirds.
Yeah. But interestingly enough, Morning discarded the 6 man and kept the West. Oh yeah, so maybe he's thinking that with 2 pairs he has more speed and chances to beat Empire. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now that
West is also more likely to be a useless tile for someone developing their hand.
yeah, exactly. So it's a better chance for them to beat Empire on West Pawn. And
Okay.
that's it. Chi and Tempai for morning for double south.
It's almost as if Bloodcraft knows what's gonna happen.
Yeah. So Bloodcraft is trying for Toy Toy, I think, right now. He has 3 pairs in hand, so yeah, he will go for maybe a Toy Toy. The issue is Sunpin deals into morning and Sandman deals into Bayonetta. So depending on that's unfortunately another dealing for Bloodcraft. And on another iPads, Curly.
Added to the ticker.
How's what's the count for the iPads? I think 4 or 5.
It's like I think I stopped counting after we got to the second hand.
Oh, Morning has two dragons pair. Will he go maybe for Daisangen or Shosangen?
Elric with the pocket white dragon's gonna keep that dream pretty much dead, but be interesting to see how this goes.
Yeah. So as a reminder, in the W League, if the dealer in South 4 is winning his hand, or if he's standby, the games continue, which means Morning can snowball the game and try to catch up to Bayonetta
ポンです
if the hands are going in his favor. Oh, by the way, Cafe has, yeah, so you said he has a non-co of Haku, but he also has a possibility for Toy Toy with 9-so pair, 2-so pair, and a non-co of Sunpin. This hand is very scary.
Standby for morning. That's good
Yeah,
for him.
that's what they need.
ポンです
But the 5-so is quite locked up in both Bloodcraft and Bayonetta hands, so he will need to count on the wall to get his wins. And again,
リ
Bloodcraft.
ーチです
Wait,
Chi.
Bayonetta is calling Richie. Okay, on 1 man and 9 pin. Oh, that's the
Oh.
Pat's draw
ド
again.
ン
Wow.
Oh my god. That's very unfortunate for Morning. Because with this deal-in, he goes to 3rd place now. But that was a very interesting game. We saw Bayonetta dominating the game while Cafe and Morning were both fighting for the 2nd place. And unfortunately, Bedcraft, I think he was very, very unlucky because every time he was like 1 or 2 Shanten, he discarded the tile that he had to because it wasn't needed for his hand, but it was always a deal in. So he was very unlucky in my opinion.
Yeah, there you have it. That is the first game for table 4. Let's see. Oh wait, 1 second. Let me get back in. Are there any still going on?
Yeah, 2 of them.
Let's see. Let's watch this one right here. See how this one's going. Okay, we're in South 3.
Oh, we have Musta Pusta who is suffering with his bad flow again. Kiwi's first with 41k and Richie for Richie and Nomi, waiting on Sanzo. And we have in 2nd place Heki. Oh, so Heki is our staff. So I think the issue is normally Joser was supposed to play for this game. The captain put him in the lineup, but he didn't check in. So the staff made sure that with the captain, if he was around, the captain wasn't around. So I'm pretty sure that the sub rule was implemented. So they had so the team must have a penalty for that. But I think since 10 minutes was passed, Heiki joined the game as a sub, and Joe's team will eat a -20 penalty for that, unfortunately. And to be also clear, Heiki's point won't be added for the team. It will be a flat -20 points. So whatever Heiki's ends with, it won't be added to the team's point.
That's
But
very good to clarify because I was about to make a comment that well they're doing well enough that they're kind of making up for it. But yeah, that's a good rule to
no,
implement. You're right.
yeah, no, that doesn't count. So even if he had like plus 100, it would be nulled, and the team would just get a minus 20.
ち
That way, it won't be abused. So I think Shimo's name in English is Fish Oshi in Discord. They are Tenpai on 250, but they are fully 10, unfortunately. But they went for K10, so that's still good because they need points. So everyone was Tenpai but Toyman. So Mustapusta has already an Onko of Haku. Maybe he will do some calls. Maybe he will can. Yeah, he will.
Con out the gate. Love it.
Yeah, exactly. You love that, right? The cons, the shiny Doras for now Kiwi, which has a 7 so in hand. And yeah, Kiwi's hand is developing quite fast. There is some potential Ipeco on 4 Sodrao. Now they can even go for Tanyao with the 6-man draw and discarding the 9-man. So potentially they have Tanyao, Dora 2 or 3 if they can incorporate the 5-pin and Chi the 6-0 or draw the 6-0. Yeah, they were thinking about Chiing Sanzo, but I don't think it adds up to the hand, so the skip was better. As for Fish Oshi, they have a possibility to open their hand with Hatsu, which Musta has, and try to go Hatsu Dora. Meanwhile, he whip on the 5-man, and they are Ishanten on the 6-0 Chi or Dora. So let's see how the hand will evolve. And as for Heki, the hand is, in my opinion, quite slow. What do you think, Tomato?
I wasn't really looking at Heki's hand. I'm looking at Kiwi. I don't really like the 6/8 Kanchan because it's a Kanchan. It's not that good of a weight, and also the possibility for it to morph into a Ryanmen by drawing the 5 man is kind of hindered by 3 of them already being used up. I would, yeah, as he has done, I would drop the 6/8 when possible.
Yeah, yeah, that 3-man draw is very good for Kiwi since he has the Dora in hand. So for the reason you said, discarding the 6-man and 8-man is the best.
Oh
But
dear.
obviously, when you
Punish.
get rid of the Kansha, you draw the fill-in, as always. Thank you, Majangsul.
That's what we call commentators curse because you pointed it out. The exact scenario happened.
Exactly. So Mustafa is Ishanten on 5-8 Mandra or punning the Sunpin or 8 so or Ching the 7 so for Hakudora. Kamicha punned the 1 pin for Tenpai and they discarded the 4 pin to set up Sujitura for the 7 pin. For Hatsudora. Oh, that's a nice pickup.
Very good draw.
Yeah. Very good draw, but the hand is still stuck at Enchanten. And all the 6-0 are in someone else's hand. So yeah, that's 2 more for Fishoshi. For Hatsudora. Oh, that's a good hand for Fishoshi. Maybe going for Tanyo plus 1 Dora. And depending on the draws, like this one, it will be maybe Pinfu Dora. Mustafusta can go for south only, but since we are already in south 4, calling now means nothing for them. So maybe they will keep it closed and try to fish some Uras. Kiwi has an Anko of Haku, so they will maybe be able to call all the Kanchan and Penchan to speed up the hand. And there are now 2 Shantan, I think.
Yeah, Mustapusta is in a very sad situation because basically they have options, but it's pointless to take those options because they're so far behind.
Yeah.
I guess you would have to go for a Yakman or something crazy. On the other hand, what is it called? Fish what?
Fish Oshi.
Fish
Fish
Oshi
Oshi. Yes.
is now, yeah, in a very good situation. It looked like Infu at the beginning, but then when he drew the Dota, then Tanya looked more favorable, and now of course he's in Tempai.
Yeah,
And
for Tanya Dora.
I agree with taking the Shampon over the Rianmen because obviously the two-sided weight Rianmen is two-sided in name only. He can't win from the one pin. So this is pretty good and can also draw the 4 soul or 6 soul to change to a Rianmen. I think this game is favoring fish quite a lot at the
Yeah.
moment.
And there is one that's
Ah,
oh, that's unfortunate.
タイヤをドラに
it was an understandable discard. I think probably maybe trying Sue Uncle.
Yeah, I think so too. With the third 4 pin, they saw the potential Tsuanko, and yeah, that was
Yeah.
unavoidable dealing. But this hand though is very sad for Fishoshi. Unless they draw very well, this hand will be very, very difficult to do something about it.
Nagashi Mangan.
Maybe, yeah. Nagashi Mangan as a dealer, 12k, easy. Why not? So Kiwi's opening the hand for Tanya Onami, trying to stop Fishoshi snowball with just Tanya Dora. That's personally something that I also like to do, especially when the second place is next to me. And with a fast hand like that, I think it's very tempting to open the hand. As for Mustafusta, he has the Hatsudora. I think they will keep it like their precious style and try to pair it up for some added value.
Yeah. Maybe combine it with Chanta, Sanshoku, or Itsu. We'll see. That was a helpful draw for Musta.
Yeah. So he's trying. Oh, I see. He's trying for Itsu and Dora Tonki.
Yes.
The copium is
Itsu.
real. So Kiwi Senpai with 4 pin, 7 pin Nobetan for Tanya Odora. They are one, two, three. There are 3 tiles left in the wall. Oh, will Hoshi discard the 4 pin or the 9? So no, the 4 pin. Ah, yeah, yeah. And that's a run, which will end the game. So Kiwi finishes first with Fish Hoshi second. Heki as the staff will finish third, but with a -20 overall for the game. And Musta finishes, unfortunately, fourth.
Yeah, there you have it. Unfortunate loss for Musa Pusa, but pretty good win for Kiwi.
Yeah, a very good win for their team.
All right, that should be all the games for game one.
Yes, and the next batch of games start in 13 minutes.
Yeah, at about 13. I think I can get this timer going. So it starts in 13, but we won't get it like up and running for 11, 15. Yeah, that's math. That's math and time zones for me.
So yeah, the next game starts at the next hour in 10, and then we as the viewer we will see the game 5 minutes after that.
So what do y'all think of those first games? Anything that like really stands out for you?
I was very surprised by the actions of the saint. I forgot the name already.
Morning.
The morning, yeah. When morning didn't keep the two pairs. You remember, like very early on, like East One or East Two. Uh, when we said they might be going for Itsu, but then they would have to get rid of some of their Rian men to do that. I was surprised. I don't know.
Yeah, well, just goes to
Yeah,
show that ranking isn't everything when determining how well a player is going to do at these tables. You never know.
yeah, exactly. I agree with you, Curly. Like I said to my teammates, uh, your rank means nothing. Uh, you should use it as a weapon because some people will underestimate you because you are an expert or an adept. And we saw last week that a lot of adepts and experts won their table. So everything is possible in Mahjong. Your rank is just a decoration in a tournament. That's it.
Yeah, that's right. I 100% agree with that. I, some of my players in my team were talking about, do you look up who you're up against before you go? And I just straight up told them, no, I don't care who I'm up against. If you get in the mindset of accepting all challengers, then rank doesn't matter, not just for you, but also so your opponents as well. You don't want to get too intimidated by the other players just because of their rank when they haven't even done anything going to this table. It's a neutral start. Everyone starts at the same spot.
Yeah, exactly. Like in season 2 when I opened up the sign-ups, a lot of adepts came to me in direct message and asked me if they were allowed to sign up, and I was asking why shouldn't you allow? And they said, yeah, because I'm an adept. And I said, well, use that as an opportunity to learn. You will have a team with you. That team will teach you how to improve, and you will learn some new knowledge, some new friends. That's a very good opportunity to open up some new perspective on Mahjong and how to play the game. And that's why I always say that the W League is very friendly on that point of view, and no one should be afraid of their rank, and they should just approach the game, like you said, as a neutral situation. Nothing has happened yet, so everyone has the same opportunity to win.
Yeah, absolutely. That is one thing I do love about the W League is the team aspect of it, where I'm sure many of the players here, they discovered Mahjong through their own means. And over the last few years, everyone's been playing it through either Mahjong Soul that we're playing now or one of the other many clients. But that leads to a very kind of like isolated experience for learning how to play Mahjong. And so the team format allows you to hang out and like chat with like-minded individuals about, hey, I play this game at this level. What am I doing wrong? What can I do to do better? I'm up against players that I are way more experienced against me. How do I go about that? It gives players like a lot of opportunity to grow themselves and just get to know people. That's one of the great things is that like everything was so insular. You don't really know all the players that you're up against. Being able to actually like have that more community aspect that you see a lot in real life mahjong. You get to see the person across the table that you kind of lose in the online experience. So the W League kind of bringing more community towards our mahjong play is just something I'm always about.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, also from my own observation, a lot of players knew about Mahjong because of some anime, like Saki, Akagi, and others anime like that.
Yeah, that's
So,
about how I got. That is part of my origin story as well, Akagi.
yeah, same for me. What
Same
about
for
you,
me as
by the
well.
way, Tomato? Oh,
Yeah,
you
like
too?
I got into Kaiji. I thought, wow, this guy Fukumoto, interesting stuff. I looked at Akagi. I thought this is interesting, but I don't know how to play mahjong, so I learned how to play mahjong, and here I am.
So I'm actually curious, Tomato. So you saw Akagi before you learned mahjong, right?
Um, yeah, yeah.
Ha-
I watched it without knowing. I just listened to the basic explanation of the narrator saying mahjong is played with 13 tiles. You need to make four groups in a pair and so on. I just listened to the narrator explain it without really understanding it. I liked it for the characters, and for the aesthetic, the atmosphere, the music. The music is amazing.
Yeah, the vibes are impeccable on Akagi.
Yeah.
Have you gone back and rewatched it since now that you have a lot more knowledge of the game? Have you done a rewatch?
Yes, yes.
Is there anything?
And well,
How is that like? How does that feel different between like the starry eyes you're watching it the first time, you think it's so cool, and then now that you have like all this knowledge of the game, did you appreciate some of the scenes more, or do you think like, wait, that's weird? That was a weird play they did. That doesn't make sense.
yeah, I don't know. I think it might be a bit unrealistic. Try to try to crush your dreams or whatever. No, I'll tell you what. Like, I prefer in terms of like the mahjong playing. I prefer Tetsunaki no Kirinji a lot more because in Akagi they don't really focus on the moments in mahjong where you're not like the star of the show. You're not like the main character doing some crazy stuff. If there's ever a moment where Akagi needs to fold for whatever reason and just let someone else take the win, then it's not really mentioned that much. But Tetsunaki no Kirinji, I think it's more balanced. Like you see, have you heard of it by the way? The manga Tetsunaki no Kirinji.
No, I'm
Or
writing it down. I have so
oh,
the
dude,
only
you're
the
missing out.
only
You need to
mahjong
read it.
media that I know is Akagi and Saki, and like there's a few
Okay, I'm
manga that
gonna
I know.
DM it to you in case you forget.
Okay,
Uh,
okay, word.
because it's amazing. Like it's a lot more realistic. Like you see people get like bad starting hands and make readings in a more realistic way rather than like a flow-based magical kind of mystical way. It's like digital mahjong as they call it.
Yeah,
Probability-based and logical readings and stuff like that.
yeah, I did
Um,
when I was trying to explain like Akagi to other people, and I would always compare Akagi and his other work Kaiji. I
yeah.
relate it into like a Super Smash Brothers competitive vibe, like I tend to always do. I relate it to fighting games, where Akagi is you're watching the best of the best go up and do the most crazy, ridiculous things that you've never seen before, and you love watching the craft of it, of like them doing this like high level play. And Kaiji is watching your friends desperately try to get out of the opening rounds and just drowning in pools.
Yeah, but Kaiji, he has some smart ideas, that come to him in the heat of the moment.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
He's
It's
not a
the
noob. He's not a noob,
yeah
in
he's
my opinion.
he's not a new, but it's the struggle. It's a lot
Yeah.
more struggle with that, and that's definitely a entertaining portion of it.
Oh yeah. Have you ever watched the Shin Janki movies, perhaps?
No, I have not.
Shin Janki, it's really good. It's about mahjong. It's about a guy called Sakurai Shoichi playing important matches and never losing. But I mean, just if anyone watching is has ever watched Junkie or Shin Junkie, there's wait, how much time do we have before the next game? We need to start watching.
We have about 5 minutes before the matches start proper, and then we'll get the splash screen going in a little bit. But yeah,
Yeah.
we're good on time.
Well, basically, there's a series of movies called Junkie, and then Shin Junkie. In other words, the new Junkie. And if you don't know what Junkie means, it basically means like mahjong demon. Jun mahjong, ki demon or spirit. And yeah, like there's a difference between the older series, the Junkie series, and the Shin Junkie series because in the older series you have the main character Sakurai Shoichi be like a lot more like polite and like vulnerable. The situation seems a lot more risky. It's like you said about the struggle. Like you don't know what's gonna happen because he's just a young man who's learned mahjong and he's in a risky situation. You don't know if he'll come out of it on top or not. But then in the later movies, it's a bit more like Akagi, like you said. Like you know he's gonna win. You know he's gonna read the flow perfectly. And I find the earlier movies a lot more exciting and enjoyable. Yeah, what do you prefer, Kaiji or Akagi?
Uh, I think in general, I think that one's a hard one. I think like by personal, just like favorite Akagi, I like better. But I think that's just like I like better because of the subject matter. I think Kaiji is probably just a better, like well put, more interesting anime. Because yeah, there is that. I didn't. To be fair, I didn't finish Kaiji. I got right before the Pachinko arc. I fell off of it. But
Oh,
yeah, I know. I need to dive back into it. But what I loved about Kaiji is that, like, yeah, the you know he's gonna survive, but you don't. But that doesn't mean winning or losing. Like any sort of situation that he's in, you don't. You honest to God don't know if they're gonna win or lose the outcome. Kagi, you know he's gonna win. It's just a matter of how he's gonna win. That's the entertaining part.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously I've watched it and I know like the ending and stuff, but there is that element like Akagi doesn't care about his life, whether he wins or loses. You know, he might want to go out in a kind of glorious death. So I don't think you necessarily know that Akagi is gonna survive. You know, he might. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's pretty good, so you can expect him to win, but he might want to go out in a blaze of glory. I don't know.
Maybe. I have not. I haven't sat through and read. I've only watched the anime, and the anime
Yeah,
only
I
covered.
haven't really like. I can't remember if I read through the whole manga or not. I looked at the ending because you know, not to
No
complain,
spoils.
but no spoilers, but just the what is it like 300 400 chapters, and it took Fukumoto like 17 years to write the whole thing, and it just yeah, I think the manga really drags on, and I don't think I think I did read it, but I was like speed reading because it was really getting long, and like every chapter was just described a small moment in the Hanchan. And then there were so many recaps, so much inner monologue and so on, where not much was actually happening. And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I get that. It
I don't
was.
really like the Akagi manga that much, to be honest.
Yeah, that's completely valid. And I understand that's like a lot of people's complaints on it too. And I was definitely getting that feel towards the end of the anime when they would like really stretch out like
Yeah.
you know
Oh, you think
entire
the anime's bad?
an entire
Read the
episode,
manga.
and there's only like one. There's only like two rotations on like
Yeah.
you're only getting through like eight discards for an entire episode, and it's like bruh.
Yeah, the manga is like
The live
extrapolate
action
like
is good apparently.
yeah.
That's what the chat's saying.
Well, I haven't watched the live action.
Here have I. We'll have to check that out. I have just been given a massive list of mahjong content that I need to consume. So thank you,
Really? Like,
Tomato, and thank
tell
you,
me more,
chat.
just in case I haven't heard of some of them. I'm gonna text you the name of the thing,
Sounds good.
like Kirinji, because it's so good.
Okay. So we're about 5 minutes away from joining it in our next game. I think it may be a little sooner. I think I got the timer slightly off. But while we wait for that, let's take a look at the table that we'll be watching. And we have table one. And we have Navitas, Markanor, Moonkeeper, and Isabellic. I will say up front that Markanor is the same player on my team, Kami Take the Wheel. So I will be very biased towards wanting them win.
What are the ranks for the rest of them? I know it's just a decoration, but I'm curious.
For who?
For the people on the table, you said Markanor was a saint, so what's the ranks for the
Yeah,
rest of them?
sorry. So Navitas is a 7 Dan. He promoted recently in Ho-Ho, and he is also a Saint 3. Markinor is a Saint 1. Moonkeeper is a Tokujo 5 Dan. And Isabel K is a Expert 2.
Okay,
Got some heavy hitters on this table.
exactly.
Yeah, I think personally that Isabel K can make the surprise here. Because if we only look at the stats, I think their stats are really good for an Expert 2. Like when you have a 10% gap between the win rate and the dealing rate, that means you know how to win and at the same time how to not lose too much. And that's always good to have, that 10% gap between the win rate and dealing rate.
Yeah. Ranking, I mean, just like what the actual rank is just a number. It doesn't capture everything. Like, Mahjong has gotten such a big influx of players over the last few years, and they all come from potentially either brand new or from different games as well. So even if this may not necessarily indicate their skill level, but just a matter of like their time on the Mahjong Soul ladder.
Yeah. Well said.
But yeah, I've definitely been impressed by the Adept and Expert players for the most part. And as we mentioned before, this is a great opportunity for them to play against players that they wouldn't run into on just a normal ladder.
Yeah, I mean the Saints can't grind in the gold room lobby. So yeah, that's indeed a good opportunity for expert players or adepts to play against stronger players. And usually, I know that most of the teams are reviewing the games after the games are done, or maybe later in the week. So that's also a good
Yep.
opportunity after to.
Okay. Sorry to cut you off, but it looks like my timer was way off. We are now
Oh,
joining in on the very first hand. Sorry about that, but let's
no
start us
problem,
off.
no problem. So we have Markino with an easy pun for already two
Starting off with
hands.
the Dabuton.
So I'm
Yeah.
gonna let you all in on a little secret on Markinor's game plan. He has amazing flow. Like, it's unfair. Every time I watch his games, he's just getting the right tiles at the exact right moments, and it's gonna be hard to fight against that.
Okay. What do you think
But
he'll do now? Do you think he'll go for Hongitsu in Sozu, or will he keep the Ora one pin?
I
Oh,
think that
what? It's what you said about the flow. You're
yeah,
exactly
see?
right.
well, I was gonna say that yesterday Markino told me that
Oh,
on Tenho he got 2 fourth in a row.
too
So
much.
You got him out
wow.
of the way.
Well, never mind. I guess he had 2 fourth yesterday for today's flow.
Wait, silly question. Did the game one, did it start with 30k points as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I must have missed it. Okay.
Oh, he picks up White Dragon too. It's nuts.
ポン
Yeah, that's an easy pun, Tenpai. For
リーチ
Honitsu, the button Chun. So that's 4 hands. But we have a Ricci for Isabel K, for Tanya Onomi, waiting on 2-5 pin.
You can draw the red 5 as well.
Yeah, for one gun.
For Hanuman, right? Zenitsu, Dabuton, Chun, and then maybe
Oh, yeah.
Hanuman with red 5.
You're right,
Crazy,
yes.
crazy start.
Oh,
What's he gonna go for now?
do we change the weight?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
understandable. It's a better way.
Oh, that's a sumo.
Never mind.
Oh,
Big sumo for Isabel K.
there's that red 5 you were talking about.
リーチズモ
And
タン
Anura.
ヤオドラドラ
That's Mangan.
マンガン
Easy. See, told you, Isabel K will do the surprise in this table. I
People do
believe
the
in
unthinkable.
Isabel.
Coming
But
again with Dabuton.
yeah, but unfortunately the shapes here are a bit on the sad part. Maybe they can force
Oh.
Chanta, but besides that, the hand is quite slow. Navitas has $2 in hand. He is Ishanten.
Isabel going for speed.
Yeah, I think for Isabel they have to go for speed because with all the can chance and pen chance, if there is no call, this hand will be very very slow, and that's a good pickup, Sanzo. Moonkeeper also has $2. They are, I think, 2 Shanten from Tempai. That's a good pickup for Navitas. Maybe he will discard 9-so and 7-so and try for Ipeko on the Pinzo shape. And if they draw Sandman, that's also a Pinfu. What will Isabel do?
Yeah, this is an interesting choice.
I think Epin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's whether you want to like agree for that half outside.
Yeah. And Moonkeeper drew another one-man Dora. So it will most likely be their pair. So if they can complete one of the shapes left, they will surely discard the Sunpin for Ashanten. Yeah, now you do that, discard the Sunpin, keep the Rionkan 2, 4, 6, 0. Yeah, Moonkeeper and Navita Sand are very scary. They both have 3 Doras, and their hand can be very explosive value-wise. But then the Sandman pickup.
Okay.
Yeah. They drop the Dora. They go headless for now. Well, technically it's not headless because they have the 6-0 as the pair, so they are technically Shanten. As for Markino, that's 3 pairs. 4. Maybe they will.
I'm gonna drop the 7-so in Moonkeeper's position because they need to lock in some kind of pair, right? And then if they keep the one pin, then they have like kanchans on 2 sides basically. Because what's Moonkeeper's pair gonna be? Probably 6-so. So by
It
dropping
depends. I think it depends because let's say now Moonkeeper draws 4-so, 2-so. That could be their pair. And then they would have 2 pairs. Like for example, they draw 2-so, they would have 2-so, 2-so, and 6-6, 7-so. That would be a good Ishanten situation.
Okay.
But we don't care that he's Tempai.
Yeah,
And
that was the
Markino,
exact tile they
So
needed.
anyway, and of course
wow,
Ipats.
that's another Ipats.
No,
リ
no.
ーチ一発ピンフドラドラ
Earlier you said Markinor was on your team, right?
Yeah, he's my boy.
I guess he will be
It's
fired
fine.
now.
It's still early. It's still early.
Yeah, unfortunately, this Dane is quite painful for your team currently. So what about this hand? Wait, Navitas has 3 Doras in hand with the Aka5. But he can't go Tanyo. But he pick up a pair. He's Niche on 10 right now. If he managed to beat
Isabel's in
Tempai,
pretty good shape.
yeah, if he managed to beat Tempai, it will be very explosive.
Isabel has a
Alici
nicely
Dorasen.
fountain, but it's looking like it's gonna be a Champon. It's not the best weight. With some patience, she could change it to a Yanmen. Like if she draws the 3 man, the 5 man. Oh, possible with
Yeah.
Keiko as well. Oh,
Oh, that's Tempai for Navitas.
fast tempai and a good weight as well.
Yeah. Maybe he's thinking about
Dama.
Dama. Yeah, he was thinking about
Oh
Dama.
yeah, with
Pinfo
3
Dorasen.
Dora, of course.
Dorichi only change the hand value on the Ipats Tsumo or Ura. So I think since it's this early, he's expecting someone to discard 4-pin or 7-pin. Most likely 7-pin.
Yeah, Navita's got a really heads up play. Oh,
Oh,
or just do the wait one
Oh,
turn.
Tomogiri Ichi as well.
the wait one turn, as always. Yeah, Markino is in a bad situation. Oh, maybe Isabel will push the 4-pin. Or maybe they will safely discard the 8-man. No, they go Sanzo. Interesting. So they go
That is interesting.
Sanzo. Yeah.
Oh, it's because they already discarded 3. Moonkeeper
Good
picked it up.
choice.
リーチ
Now
And that's
Rishi.
Richie. Wow. So Navitas is waiting for 4-7-pin and Isabel for 3-6-pin. All of a sudden, Markino's hand is becoming more and more red. So 3-6-pin, there is 1, 2, 3, 4 left in the wall. And for Navitas wait for 7-pin, there is also 1, 2, 3, 2 now left in the wall. Yeah, 2 left in the wall. So 3 versus 2. Who will win?
Markinor's in a really scary spot.
Yeah. Yeah, it will be very, very hard to defend against two Richie. As for Moonkeeper, his hand is dead. He has no Yaku, so he will just defend.
やった
And that's Sumo for Isabel.
リーチズモピンフ
And just like that, Isabel is shutting down Navita's carry hand. And they are first at the moment in East 4. Fun fact, yesterday Isabel and myself, we discussed in the W League General, and they were saying like, what will I do? I'm against 3 Saint, and I said, yeah, but you can make the surprise, believe in yourself, and you will do it.
Just be yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess it's working quite well.
Yeah, you can't let the rank intimidate you. They are just
Really?
like players like you. They build their walls, several tiles at a time, just like you.
Yeah. I mean, of course, they have more knowledge, experience, and everything you can imagine. But in such a short amount of time, the luck is more prevalent than the skill, in my opinion, in a single game.
Definitely
So
true.
everyone can do anything.
Yeah, rank is only really to help determine like how well you do over the average over the course of several series of games. You just need to spike a couple of hands in this table to come out and get your win over them.
Yeah. So checking about the hands, Markino hands is going slowly but surely somewhere, but I don't know where still. But he has at least $1, so that's still good. Isabel refuses to keep the 2-pin. Oh yeah, because they discarded the 1-pin earlier, so maybe they were
Come.
afraid of far away 4010. And that's a can for Markino.
They're able to keep
I
it
guess,
closed too.
yeah, I guess you managed to teach your team to push the button a bit more, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I told my players after the first week is I rather you risk it all to go for the big Poggies play than to timidly accept your third or fourth. Or if you're in third place and you have a shot of getting first,
Reach.
take it.
Yeah, just like that, Markino is taking his chance with Richie Doratu, waiting on 4-7 pin. There are 5 left in the wall, and Moonkeeper is Ishanten with $1 in hand. If they manage to get the 5 pin, 5 so sorry, they will also be pinful, but it will be difficult.
Sumo.
Let's
Oh,
go.
7 That's sumo. Oh,
How
maybe
big
some
it is.
Uras.
Reach.
Oh, 4 Uras!
Ooh, let's go!
Yeah.
Yes!
Baiman.
What'd I tell you? What'd I tell you?
Yeah. Don't be scared. Just push the button.
Don't
That's
you
it.
dare underestimate my Saints flow.
And yeah, obviously,
Oh, look at
everyone
this!
is
Look at this
emoting.
follow up.
Wow, that's rigged. Wow,
Ooh, Isabel's.
they can call it everything and be tempai on a Shanpan weight. Wow.
But look at the four Dora in Isabel's
Yeah,
hand.
Isabel has a
Wow.
really great hand to
Indeed.
go against that.
That's scary. I'm pretty sure they will maybe can the 8 pin if Isabel draw the last one. And another one. Wow. 5 Doras. And unfortunately they can't go Tanya for now because of wait. What is this? Sananko maybe? No, yeah, maybe if they draw the 1-1, so maybe they can go Sananko. But for now they are Ishanten. The issue is they can't go Dama because they don't have Pinfu or another Yaku. So they will be forced to go for Richie. But it will be Richie Dora 5, so it will be very scary. As for Navitas, his hand is quite good. He's picking up some tiles here and there, but he's still far away from Tempai. As for Moonkeeper, that's a nice pickup,
Pong.
and I think they are.
Oh,
Oh, they killed the Kanchan. Oh yeah, because they're
Yeah,
they're Tempai. Okay.
there's Senpai and his door acceptance. Unfortunately, Isabel is hogging 3 of them.
Yeah, unfortunately. And I think when Isabel will count the 8 pin, Markino will emote, and then he will change his weight. But I'm also very interested in Moonkeeper's hand. He has a possible Sanshoku on a 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, and Hichi the 7, I guess for that. Or he's just trying to fight Markino's hand, thinking that maybe with that code he's Tempai, so Moonkeeper is also advancing his hand.
poor Markinor. Should have got rid of the Kanchan.
Yeah, getting a little
Yeah,
punished waiting on that Dora.
if only. But don't worry, he will can and then Rinshan.
Absolutely. Like you say that as a joke, but it can actually happen.
Yeah, it can.
I wouldn't put it past him to do it.
So that's interesting. Isabel is keeping the 3-pin, even though they discarded the 4-pin earlier. Okay, now they discard the 3-pin, and they
Maybe she
keep the.
thought 3-man is not going to be used in her hand, but she wanted to discard it earlier.
Mhm.
Oh, what?
Nice.
Wait. Still,
Isabel's
there
hands
is
off the chain.
Uncle, possibly.
Yeah, Sananko, Dora, a lot.
Do
Khan? Khan?
Can it? Get another draw.
Do it! Do it, Isabel, do it!
カン
Let's
Yes.
go.
Okay, nothing. Oh yeah, wait, they gain another Dora now with the new Dora indicator. Oh my god. Another
King of
Khan?
Let's go.
No.
No, but their weight got a
This
lot
way
better.
though.
Oh no, it doesn't. It's worse. All the fives are
It's
gone.
worse, yeah. Or
I mean,
the
it's about
5 are dead.
it's technically about the same, but
Yeah.
sad.
I mean, he doesn't know where the 8-pin are, so I guess it's the same again.
Oh my god. I was
no,
ready.
wait!
I was ready for it.
Wrong one. You have to discard the.
Push.
You have to push
Oh.
it. Oh no!
Ah, damn, there it is. Well, good try, Markinor.
30-10, Okay, sad.
Yeah. Oh, Markina, what will he do now?
テンパイ
After all that, he was the only one in Tenpai.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately for Isabel, they suffered the famously known disease in Mahjong. The shinier your hand, the less likely you will win.
ポンです
Yeah, you try to greed as much value out of those shiny tiles as you can, but the game will eventually end if you don't cash out that hand. It's basically not worth anything.
Yeah.
In fact, it costs you 1,000.
Exactly. But I think it's better to lose 1k than dealing in somewhere. So that's also a win in a sense, I guess.
Yeah, that's one of the things about
Ah.
Mahjong I really enjoy. How that decision that you're constantly making of how hard do I greed versus cashing out now and getting my wins in.
ポンです
Yeah, exactly. And talking about that, but well, maybe we'll talk about that a bit later when we will be in South 4. But right now, Bonekeeper has spun the Haku, and he has 2 Doras in hand. He's Ishan 10. He will Chi
チーです
and Bitenpai for 6 man. For Haku Dora 2. And 6 man, there are 3 left in the world for the moment. But yeah, the 6 man in Isabel hand will be most likely stuck in the hand. And Isabel is right now Ishan 10. A good pickup for Makino, who is also Ishan 10. If a
Yeah.
possible Sun mention on the Pinzu shape. As for Navitas, well, his hand is quite sad. Well, he has at least 1 Ryanman and 1 Ryankan, but yeah. He's going for just 1 hand.
Interesting. I might have kept the Champon for Tanya. But we'll see how it goes. It's a
I
pretty
think
good
going
shape
for
anyway.
I think going for Pinfu is more interesting than Tanyo.
Infu?
Markinor can't
Oh yeah,
get Ping
sorry,
Fu because of
I,
the triple.
I forgot about the 2 Mananko, yeah. Never mind. So yeah, maybe keeping the Sanzo for Tanya is indeed interesting.
Oh, just when the weight was changed.
Oh, Monkino is greeting the 9-so. But the other two 9-so are in Isabel's hand. I guess the only... No, I don't think she will discard that, the 9-so. I don't think so.
After holding
Agreed.
on to it for so long. I doubt it. They kind of warped their entire hand around keeping those nines as the pair.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Oh, unfortunately, yeah.
白ドラ2
I mean, usually we say, yeah, the 4 is more dangerous than the 7, so we discard the 7. And 3-5 are already discarded, and she had they had the last 5-man. So they thought that, yeah, because of the Kabe, 7-man is less likely to deal in. But unfortunately, Shanpan exists. And they are still second, so it's not over. It's also their dealership, which is quite good with their shapes. They are 2 Shanten right now. Navita scored for double south, speeding up their hand. Moonkeeper hand is a bit slow for the moment. And I think that because of the Hatsudora, it will maybe slow down their hand quite a bit, because they maybe will be scared to discard it because of Navitas, since they called quite early. As for Markino,
He's cooking.
he's Ishanten for Chitoy. Yeah, he's Ishanten for Chitoy. He's thinking about, should I go normal? Should I go Tanyao?
Yeah, there's a lot of like decisions that you can make with that. It looks like they're just gonna go for the more efficient, wider, slightly less value, but more guaranteed to succeed hand.
Yeah. I guess this is exactly where the difference between expert and saints can show up in the decision making with hands like that. Another call for Navitas. They are now Ishanten for double south. Moonkeeper hand is going slowly, so somewhere they are 2 Ishanten right now, but they're still keeping the Hatsudora, and this is the only one we are seeing. So the other three Hatsu are in the world, so maybe they will have a chance to pair it up for some added value. And Isabel is still stuck in 2 Shanten, unfortunately. That one is also interesting. Will they grid Sanshoku 678, or will they discard the 8? So okay, they discard 1 pin and they keep up the option open. Okay, so right now they are still 2 Shanten, but now they have a better chance for Tanyao and maybe Sanshoku. Oh.
Ooh.
What?
Oh. Oh, maybe
Yes,
they
it's
are
more
seeing.
efficient. But the 7 is going to do that.
Yeah, I don't think this is efficient. I
Maybe
think
not.
discarding 8 pin is better, because yeah, that's a deal.
4です
So I think it was better to discard 8 pin and keep the 6, 7, 8 pin, because 5-so and 6-so can be the pair. If Isabel drew the 2-so, 5-so, or the 9-so or 6-so, then 5-so or 6-so can be the pair, depending on what they are drawing. And they would have gotten a chance for Sanchoku. Discarding this 6-pin and forcing 8-pin to be the pair, to me, is quite unfortunate to do.
Yeah.
Ooh, Moonkeeper's cooking up something nice.
Oh yeah. That's a scary hand, indeed. Two Doras in hand, and it's the Yakuhai. And I can imagine the chat spamming the Navitas command in chat.
I mean, you got to be able to out Navitas at his own game while trying to go up against them. Ooh, that
Yeah,
red
but
5 was very fortunate.
yeah, I was gonna say now the Honitsu is quite dead with that pickup. So it will be
It's still Mangan.
still a Mangan, yeah, if they can pawn the Haku. So that's still fine. Yeah, and Isabel might discard the Haku once they will be Tenpai. Right now they are 2 Shanten, so maybe at some point it will be discarded. Markino pawn the Hatsu, going for one hand,
ポンです
maybe more if they go Honitsu. Yeah, Isabel discarded the Dora as expected. So Moonkeeper is now Ishanten. And yeah, and Markino is going for Honitsu now.
Yeah, with that 5 of characters, they're going to hard commit to it.
Yeah, Honitsu, maybe Itsu, if they pick up 8-pin and 6-pin. Yeah, now Moonkeeper has a better Ishanten, thanks to the one Sodorao.
Ooh, Markinor changing up their mind. They got the 5 of characters back and decided to go back on the previous discard and keep that 6-5 weight,
リーチです
or that block rather.
Yeah. And they did it right. Now they are Tenpai. On 3-pin, 6-pin. And Moonkeeper is also Tenpai, and they didn't can. Interesting. They just discarded the Haku as a safe tile. And with that call, Markino said, nope, I'm out. And I can understand why with the 6-man draw. Isabel also dodged a bullet with the 2-so draw to not dealing into Moonkeeper's Mangan. So it will be Navitas against the Moonkeeper. 2 tiles well left for Moonkeeper. Oh yeah, no, still Tenpai, okay. So Moonkeeper, 1 2-so left now with the 2-so draw from Markino.
Okay, good. Oof.
And for Navitas, it's 1 6-man left and 2 7-so left. Ooh.
Oh no. Stays the course. I know a lot of players may have been tempted to discard the 2 of bamboo to stay in Senpai.
ツモです
So will Navitas get some Uras? Yes, 1. That's good for them. 6k in the pocket.
Yeah, Navita's 4th place to before this dealer, not for anything that they dealt in. They just couldn't get anything started. And now they got this dealer going pretty well.
Yeah, and again, they have a good hand with 4 blocks, $2 in hand. So again, they can have some good value with a Richie. Moonkeeper can go for double serve and $1 if they can incorporate the Sanzo. As for Markino, they have 3 pairs right now, but I don't think they will go for Chitoy right now. As for Isabel, they are 2 Shanten with some very good shapes. Maybe they will have a chance to go for Pinfo.
Oh yeah, chat pointing out that this is actually a really close, even game. Like one of the
Yeah,
closest that we've seen, at least this week.
I agree. Like at the end of East 4, Isabel was at 42k, and right now everyone is almost even. Markino has a very small lead, but one big sumo can change everything. So it will be very interesting. And Navitas is Ishanten right now, a very good Ishanten. As for Markino, he's 2 Shanten right now. Moonkeeper called the double serve, discarded the Dora, and he's Tenpai on 4-man, 7-man.
カンです
Khan?
Khan?
Oh, almost! Almost the Rinchan. And I guess that's a snap Richie for Navitas.
Ooh, Richie Slam. There you go.
Yeah, they have to. As for Isabel, I think if they are Tenpai, oh no, what would they do now? 2-man? Yeah, 2-man. The issue is if they are Tenpai now, they will deal in whatever they will do. Oh, unless now I would go 9 pin 9 pin. Yeah, 9 pin 9 pin, and they can go for Tanyo and maybe Sanchoku.
Sorry, I'm staring at like Markinora's hand because like I'm invested in him. But also the way they're navigating this Ricci is very interesting. They discarded the first East, but they didn't just immediately discard the next 2 for 3 guaranteed save tiles. So they're still trying to maintain some sort of level of staying in Tempai or trying to get towards it. Maybe use the East as their pair. Oh, but they're barely navigating through all this. It's just every time the East aren't coming out, I'm just like, oh man, are you still pushing this? Okay.
Donkey, talking about that, Moonkeeper is doing the same. He drew the Foresaw 2 turns ago, and then he decided to discard the 5-6 man and kept the West as a safe tile. I guess he will be tempted to pawn the 2-pin, but no, he will not. Yeah. Now with 4 7 saw in hand, I guess he will never pawn. It's way too dangerous.
Yeah, because and I think the point totals is informing these decisions a lot just because no one is big negative. So no one wants to take this last hit or a big hit going into South 4. So they're not going to try to push these hands. They're going to be more willing to fold them.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, one deal in now can literally put you to 4th place. So better take minus 1k than uh, a hand that might be more than 5-6k. So yeah, and everyone dodged the weight.
Yeah, that was very interesting to see people dodge it, like you said.
So let's see what chat is saying.
Yeah, we're going to get another repeat off of Navitas since he was the only one in Tempai. That's going to make this game go on a little longer. Give players more opportunities to try to break ahead. Okay, Moonkeeper has a pair of Souths in hand. If they can call those, get the double South Yaku. The rest of their hand is forming out pretty well as well. They might be able to get out from under this fairly quickly.
Yeah, with that 7 sword draw, it's very good for Moonkeeper. Like, if they pawn, they will be Tempai, but on a Tonki. But that Tonki can evolve pretty quickly with a wider weight. So I think now he will discard 2 pin. Yeah,
Yeah.
he will discard 2 pin and stay Kutsuki Shanten right now for wider
Ichi.
Shanten. And that's already Richie for Isabel. What do they have?
It's
Richinami on
yeah, it's just
17.
3 pin, trying to just favor speed. But Moonkeeper's gonna chase with a way nastier weight with a lot
Yes.
more value.
Richie double South Dora. Waiting on 5-8 so. I think no, wait, 3-4-5. No, 3-6 man. Sorry, 3-6 man. It's a Nobetan. The issue is he has already 2-6 man in hand, so his weight is quite small. I think I would have gone Dama for a bit and see if I could still upgrade the hand a bit
Yeah.
more. Like, could have discarded maybe 9 so if you believe in Suji or something like that and still keep the. But I guess with Richie, double Dora, yeah, that's a deal.
ロン
Oh, that's gonna be the exact tile.
リーチ
Richinami, but a big Richinami, because there was 360 in the pot.
Yeah, that's
So right,
actually that's a big deal for Moonkeeper because now everyone else is very close to each other in points. They're the only one that needs to force a big hand to have a chance. They do have dealers, so maybe they could go for that route. But this is the closest game I've seen of Mahjong in a very long time.
yeah, it's the same for me. It's very close, very uh, exciting, and very tense. Like everything can happen. But as a reminder, even if Moonkeeper wins their hands right now, if they manage to do so, the game will still continue. So everyone can still have a chance to be first after Moonkeeper wins their hand, unless they win like something like Haneman or Mongenso. That would be something else.
It is going to be hard for Moonkeeper to mount comebacks because every single player besides them can just do a one Han hand and get first place.
Yeah, indeed.
So
But I
people,
think,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, people are just they're not going to go for value. They're just going to go for speed. You can already see that by people discarding Doras. They're just trying to get these hands done as quickly as possible to get across the finish line.
Yeah. And talking about that, Markino is going for Honitsu. Uh, Navitas is Ishanten for maybe Pinfu. No, never mind. He doesn't. No, yeah, he's Pinfu on Sanzo draw.
Yeah.
But if he draws 4 pin or 4 so, he will be forced to go Ricci. And I think knowing Navitas, if he draws Sanzo, he might go for Dama.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like you don't need to Ricci as well with these hands if
Yeah,
you have the Yaku secured, especially with those Doras in hand. This is gonna be a really tricky hand for all the
yeah.
players.
And as for Isabel, they have a chance to pawn the south. Uh, they also have a chance for Ipeko and Sanshoku. So everyone has some spicy hands at the moment.
地
That's a Chi for Markino. They are still far away from Tempai, maybe 2 Shanten, I think.
Yeah, they still got a bit of a ways to go.
Oh, that's Ishanten for Chitoy for Moonkeeper.
It's
Will
not
he
a
do
bad
it?
route.
And yeah, like I said, Navitas is Tenpai on Pinfu Dorani. Oh, Moonkeeper is calling for Tanyo.
Oh, that's really hard too.
Or
'Cause
is he? Wait.
might have been a bit of a panic call there that really forces their hand back a few steps to try to force this Tanyao. Probably feeling a little
Probably.
under the gun to try to get something assembled.
I think he judged that the hand is quite slow and he wants to speed it up a bit.
1位です
I can understand that. If he discards 7 man, I can see why. Yeah. No, 1 man. Okay, so he's still
Yeah,
forcing Tanyo. Oh, that will be difficult.
yeah. With that call, Tanyao was their only route.
Yeah.
Probably
And
feeling,
maybe. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, probably just feeling the pressure of you got to get a win in, you got to continue the streak. Otherwise, you got to get fourth. There's an option to do a game action to Bucharest your hand instead of giving yourself over to Chitoy. Try to take destiny into your own hands,
1位です
and maybe it might work out. They're starting to get some tiles. They are,
Yeah, and Navitas pushed the 7 so against Markino Honitsu. He hesitated for a moment, but then discarded the tile. And like you said, it might work for Moonkeeper right now. Like he can pawn the 5 man, but then will he discard the Sandman or the 2 man?
yeah, they are Furisen, as chat pointed out, on this 4 of characters weight. So even though they're in Tempai, they're not close. They're still like one action away from getting a viable hand, unless they draw the 4 naturally.
Yeah. And the issue is there is only 1-4 left in the world, so and it's standby for Markino. But Yakule standby. But they need that Yakule standby because if no one is standby, he will gain 3k, which is huge for the end game.
Yeah, this
Oh,
going
Isabel.
to exhaustive draw is actually very relevant because of trying to force your Tempai so you don't have to pay that whatever amount it's going to be. Maybe the difference maker between first and third for some of these players.
Yeah. And talking about that, Isabel dodged a bullet right now. They drew the Sandman. Oh, wait. That's Ishanten for Chitoy again. Oh no! They can't win on that.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
One turn later.
Yeah, 1 turn too soon.
ツモです
And that's Sumo for Navitas.
Navita Sumo to end it.
ツモピンフドラ2
And with that, they finish with a first place.
Oh man, that's a nail biter.
Yeah, this game was very, very close and interesting.
I'll take second. I'll gladly take second. After what was going on in that hand and like that entire table, I'm okay with second there. Great games all around. Good job everyone on that one.
Yeah, this is by far my favorite game for the season right now.
Yeah.
Everyone showed up their ability to fight and to not give up, or to give up the hand at the right time. It was very, very interesting. Congrats to
Very
everyone.
strong table.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, let's see. Is anyone else still up? Let's look at this one right here. I'm just gonna go for the top each time. Let's get us all set up, and there we go.
Oh, another one of my teammates who is first. What's going on? And Malkav is right now Ishanten, headless Ishanten right now. Yeah, he's doing the right call, discounting the Forso. So If they complete one of the Ryanman, he will discard the 8 pin, and maybe he will go Dama. Null Pop is calling quite aggressively with all the pawns. Maybe they are forcing Chanta, but discarding the 4 pin will be very scary. But they are still doing it. Oh, but Bradcraft calls the Doras. So we have Chanta North Tune against Tanya Dora 3, maybe 4. Whoa! No, that's aggressive. Oh, that's a Richie.
It is Ricci.
Oh no.
This hand got
Can we have?
nuts.
Yeah, I think Malkav should fold. Yeah.
Yeah,
By
looks
the
like
way,
it.
By the way, can we appreciate that before the Richie from Naru, they only had 4 tiles in their discard pool?
Oh, well, yeah, all their stuff got taken. Wow.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it looks like they had a
Oh.
great, like, turn 5 reach. You caught! Oh, man.
Wow. I think I wouldn't count that because you have the 5 pin in hand. You have to keep the 4-5 pin for one useful block. But Nuoplop now has the Chanta locked in, and the East is quite a good weight. Maybe Malkav will discard the East, thinking that it's a safe tile. But he does that by having Bloodcraft dealing.
リーフドラ
Oof, unfortunate hit. Ballcraft going deeper into the 4th place. They are going to get this all last over here with the dealer. Try to make something of it.
Blood
Yeah.
get last time as well.
Yeah, I think last time he was, like I said, he was very unfortunate, but we don't know how this game went, so it will be hard to judge with just seeing the scores. But yeah, it's a very hard 4th place right now.
I mean, at the very
So-
least, Ballcraft has earned my respect for all the cons that they've been doing.
Yeah. I mean, it's always difficult to play a game and knowing that your game will be streamed and you don't know what will be said about your plays. So it's indeed very respectful to do that. Not everyone would be ready for that. They may be stressed or anything like that.
I like Bloodcraft's hand though. I mean, it might be Junchan.
Yeah.
With some luck.
Yeah, they need to draw the 9 cell. And then the
Yeah.
hand will be very, very good. I
Maybe
agree.
even Junchan Sanshoku if you lock in the 1 pin pair and then change the 9 pair to a 7-8-9. Could happen.
Yeah, so let's say Bloodcraft draws the 8 man. Would you discard the 3 pin?
Oof. I think I would, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he needs the value, so
G
Changing
It's a
Pantheon
hard
to a
argument.
Pantheon, right?
I think because
yeah.
he's dealer, it's a hard argument.
Oh,
Ooh,
there is
well,
it.
let's find out.
Okay. Going for speed, I guess.
Yeah. So Markov cheat the 1 man. Okay, so he wants to go for Chanta for Sansoku 789. I'm not personally happy with that. Because right now, if someone calls Richie, he has some big lack of safe tiles.
Nuoplop on a Dama Pinfu.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I can understand that. If they win, they are second place, so there is no need for them to reach it. And they want to make sure that they can defend if Naru calls Richie.
Oh, but what do you do if you're new up and you pick up the 4 of characters? That turns it into a Tanyao.
I would
And
still go Dama.
still Dama? All right, then. We'll see if they follow suit. I think I agree with that.
Because with that small gap between Nuoplop and Naru, you want to have the ability to fold if you draw something bad, like I don't know, any Doras left, any Red 5s left. And
Gee.
Tanya Pinfu is good enough. Oh, Markaf is Tenpai on Sancho Konami. 7
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, while we were looking at that, they were able to pick up the Sanshoku tiles that they needed. Now just 7 of bamboo.
And 7 so is a double run. But Nuoplop gets it.
リーチ
What?
What?
Oh, what?
Crazy. That was crazy.
3色同時
Why would you do that?
Well, I mean, what's the difference? Still second place, right?
All right.
Just
I
realize
kind
points.
I kind of respect it, actually.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, Tomato. It's a waste of points. Completely.
Yeah, it's not enough to get you first. And even, not taking. You were trying to hoping for a better hand anyway.
Yeah, but second is second. I mean, they had Tsumo Pinfo. That's 2K. 2K is 2 points in the standing, so it's still something. I agree with Tomato that this is a waste of point because right now, not only they denied 2K for them, but also they called Richie, so they lost 1K
Yeah.
because of the Richie call.
Yeah, it was
So
a.
Can you remind me what the UMA is?
It's the same as the ladder in Mahjong Soul. So plus 15 for first place, plus 5 for second place, minus 5 for third place, and minus 15 for fourth place.
All right.
But yeah, I
There
agree
you
with
have it.
Tomato that this is a waste of points, in my opinion.
I mean, by nature and by law, I have to respect the YOLO.
Yellow. Does
The
that mean?
YOLO.
You
The YOLO.
YOLO only live once. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just sending it. All right, there you go. That's all of the tables and all the games for game 2. We have one more set of games coming up. I believe they'll be starting in about 10 minutes, and then for us it's about 15. So I'll give us a 15-minute timer. Okay, there we go. Should be about right. Cool. Yeah, that was definitely some very interesting games that we just saw. The main game, table 1, with my team, Navitas, and the other players were definitely very, very close. The closest game of Mahjong I've seen in a while, as I've said before. Just very disciplined Mahjong. And there wasn't a whole lot of big bullying one person running away with the whole table. We got some luck with Markinor getting some Bymans to get him back into the game, back into second. And it was just good, disciplined Mahjong.
Yeah, I agree. It was very, like you said, disciplined, some food at the right time, some damas at the right time, and some players attacking at the right timing. And like we said, like we saw in the second game, it was very tense and very spicy.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Let us bring up the final table and the matchup that we're going to see there. We have table 3 consisting of Vidro, Mizu Mira? Oh, it's Mira.
Yeah, it's
Muahaha
Mira.
and Demo Cracker.
So my personal take on this table is if you thought that table 2, the last game was spicy, this one will be more spicy, in my opinion.
What makes you say that?
Because, oh, a lot of things. So Demo Cracker is the next Saint one. So he's very strong, in my opinion. And he also played in Throne Room, so he also knows how to play without tips, which is always useful to gather some board awareness. As for Muaha, they participate a lot in the Discord, in the What Would You Discard channel. They often have some good opinion and suggestion for for those What Would You Discard. Uh, Mira is known for the friendly Hote from last week, so we can expect some spicy stuff from Mira again, maybe. But beside that, he's also a Saint one, very strong. He has a lower reach rate than the rest in the table with 18. And Vidro is our only Richie City player. They usually play in that table. There are 2 down there.
Oh.
Mizoilo Hote Dylan Mirwa. Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly,
Vito
Mirwa.
being a Ricci City player
Yeah.
definitely makes more sense. So I'm looking at their card, and they have a 0 Dama rate, which didn't
Yeah.
seem accurate.
Well,
Yeah.
they send me their stats for their Richie City account. I checked them twice to make sure that I didn't make any mistake. And yes, they have 0 damage and 4% sumo rate. So I don't know what to conclude with that. And I know that at the time they sent me their stats, they had I think nearly 90 games. So it's not like they are discovering Mahjong. They know how to play Mahjong, but maybe they don't know how to win efficiently.
Yeah,
That may be the biggest issue.
it's a very interesting spread of stats. I'm definitely a lot more curious about how they play the game now that I'm seeing this.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm thinking this table will be spicy too. Can we just take a look on the standing since we have still 10 minutes left?
Oh, just like in general? Yeah, give me one
Yeah,
second. I'll
in the
bring that up.
standing. Sure.
Okay, it's going to take me about a minute because I don't have it brought up. I got to
Oh, sorry.
bring it up. No problem, no problem. Just give me a second.
By the way, Tomato, is it your first time commentating in for a Mahjong tournament? Oh, I think
Tomato, you're on
they
mute if
yeah,
you're
they are mute.
responding. Or they may be taking a quick break while we wait
Yeah,
for this last game. But while we
I
have
can
that,
understand.
I do have the standings brought up.
Ah. So just to make sure the standing is on the right, don't touch anything, don't break anything.
I'm on view only, so I think I'm
Others
good.
did that already, so
All right, we're going to zoom in a little. I think I can get away with that.
yeah.
There we go. Look at us. Look at Kami take the wheel. Exactly 0.
Wow. Wait. Really?
Yeah.
0. Wow. It never happened.
Well, we're not done with the week yet, but we're
Can we
still
stop the
stocking
count
up in here
now?
for a little bit.
Stop the count now
I know,
and
right?
stay at 0. But still, surprisingly enough, Magic Cat is still first place. They have a very strong team to keep that first place after almost 3 weeks now.
Oh yeah. I will say this early rankings, don't look too much into them. We still have
Yeah,
7 full weeks to go. So many big swings can happen. This ranking doesn't really mean a whole lot for the cutoff until about like week 8, I would say. Starts to get a lot closer and a lot more. You have to, or at least 2 weeks before the playoff cutoff.
yeah, I agree with you. I mean, right now the standing is just there to just appreciate where the teams are and making some speculation. But like you said, when we are approaching week 8 or 9, that's where everything matters, every point matters, and the plays that null prop made might cost their team the the spot for the playoff in the long term, maybe.
Yeah, that's one of the things I really do love about like long form mahjong tournaments is once you get into the later portions of it, the decisions that you make are not just weighed by your position in that table, but how your team is doing overall. So if you guys need a certain amount of points to potentially make the cutoff, hands that you normally might not have pushed in a ranked setting or a ladder setting, you might push it there. And I just love how those players come up with those decisions and have to be forced with those fork in the road decisions based on all those outside factors. It's one of the things I love about this.
Yeah, I agree. And as a how can I say it? As a little how can I say it in English? Uh, Something that happened in season 2. It was I think it was A Lightning. They decided to Dama a hand in the last week, and that Dama cost them the win
Oh,
for the playoff. If they could reach it, I think they would have hit some Uras and would put the team in the playoff. So one Dama, one Richie can change the fate of one team.
yeah, we'll definitely try to reiterate that point once we get to those cutoff weeks and those cutoff games. But it is always important to know where your team's positioning is and what plays hands you may need to force that you normally wouldn't. You may need to be pushing that situation.
Yeah, exactly. And that's also the time when all the captains will maybe go and try some strategy, like telling their players to maybe defend more, to keep their first or second place in the standing, and maybe for the teams that are close to the cutoff, maybe they will try to ask their teammates to be more aggressive, to push the button a bit more on the Richie instead of going for Dama, and that's where the strategy will make a very important difference.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to do that in the last few weeks going into it. Try to
Same for
actually
me.
look. So how I do my team for the most part is I'm mostly just a logistics person to make sure everyone has all their things set up, all their times are all coordinated and all that. And I just, we have Markinor on our team. They can do a great job helping talk with the players on just getting them all squared away and all set up. And that'll be a moment where I need to go in towards the end. It's like, okay, here's where we're at. Here's where we actually need to do. Let's actually strategize on our plan of attack here. Okay, we are at
Yeah,
12:20. The games should be starting up, so we are going to have to wait for the
yeah.
delay. Let me check that real.
I think we have 4 more minutes. Yeah,
Okay, where was it? Da, 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 da.
the first one.
There we go. All right, there you go. There's our actual timer for it.
So, who do you guys think will win this table?
Oh,
Saints.
I'm not gonna just keep betting on Saints. Although Mira is a pretty good safe pick. In terms of, I've seen them play multiple times in very big tournaments. They do very well for themselves.
Wait a second. I'm seeing something that I'd like to understand. Give me 1 second.
Oh, Shimmer's playing.
Yes, he's playing this week.
I'm kind of torn. I mean, obviously we're gonna be looking at the first game, right, with Demo Cracker and Muhaha.
Yes.
I'm torn
Yes.
about like if we finish that, which game I would like to see. Do I want to see Mob or Shimmer? Because Mob is my friend, but Shimmer is also my friend, and Mob is like quite early in her mahjong development. As you can see, she's adept, but she's very good.
Yeah.
Shimmer is of course very experienced. He's been playing for like many years. He's a Saint 3. He used to be Celestial, right?
Yeah.
He's a Ho on Tenho, so both would be very interesting for me.
So I'm curious, Tomato, since you have some insight on these players. You said that Sumob is adept, but very good at the game. What are you doing to what are you seeing in these players that is determining they are potentially way better than their rank gives?
It's the Wolf. Well, yeah, for Mob specifically, I don't really know the others that well. I see she has like a curiosity for the game. Like a lot of people, like even me, when I was playing for my first 3 months or even first 6 months, I wasn't that um, thirsty to like learn strategy and stuff like that. I was just like, learning the Yaku, pressing the Richi button, pressing the pawn button, and so on. Not really thinking about strategy, not really thinking about situational awareness and stuff like that. But she seems to take a very keen interest in that kind of stuff and like playing well, even though she hasn't been playing for that long. So that's my opinion.
Yeah, I think you touched on a point that I always love hearing is you said specifically they have the thirst for it. They have that desire to want to try to get better at it. And just having that when you're starting out is going to accelerate you into the game way quicker than otherwise and get up to the level of these players that we're already seeing. It doesn't take too long to get comfortable enough with the game where you can contend with these players that have been playing for years and years and years and be able to understand what they're doing and actually compete with them.
Yeah. It's like a situation of diminishing returns. Like it doesn't take long to get the basics covered, and that like makes you improve so much. And then there are some intermediate points which might take a while, and then you don't improve that much, if that makes sense. And then at the advanced level, you're improving by very small amounts, which can make all the difference sometimes. But sometimes it's just a situation of luck. At the high levels, like it's you get better at very small increments once you've mastered the basics and the intermediate points.
I 1,000,000,000% agree with you there. It's always so fun early on because you're learning so many things, and just getting your improvements are just so fantastic and grand. But as you get higher up, the things you have to do to beat out these opponents are a lot smaller. They're a lot thinner margins, and it can try to, especially with mahjong's got so much of that.
Yeah, sometimes like one little misplay, which doesn't seem to be that big of a deal, can end up costing you like a position, like costing you first place.
Absolutely.
Hansan.
All right, we're going to see how these players hold up against each other in this final game 3 of week 3 in the season 3 W League. We have a lot of threes going into this table.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly. And Vidro is the first dealer with a very good hand. And very good shape. He's 2 on 10 with a bunch of Ryanmans and the West being most likely their pair. And then we have Muhaha with quite a good hand too. Also with possible one or two Doras depending on the draws. If they can draw, oh wait, I was gonna say if they can draw Aka5, but it's already in Mira's hand. And Mira has two Doras though. With also good shapes, he can maybe pawn the Chun and make the 9 pin their pair. It will be interesting to see how he will play that out. I think he will stay close now that he's Ish on 10. As for Demo Cracker, his hand is very slow. Lots of Kanchan, even though he has a Haku pair. So yeah, I think Demo Cracker has less chance to win this hand. And Mirai's Dama. He doesn't want to reach this Kanchan.
リー
Maybe
チです
he will do this, yeah. Richie the Ipeko on the Suji trap, waiting on 3-man. And oh, Vidro is also Tenpai.
Wow.
Going for the Shanpon.
Ooh,
Oh,
Shampoo.
interesting.
It is a Suji trap, I guess.
Yeah, Suji trap and
West.
it's
West is a
also
guest win as
Genbutsu.
well.
Yeah. And West is also Genbutsu for Mira, so maybe
It's true.
someone will drop it.
I'm already loving seeing their play here.
Yeah. I mean, this is interesting. They go for the tricky weight instead of taking the pinfu. So they could have Richie pinfu Dora too, but instead they drop the pinfu and try to go for maybe easier weight to get. But the issue is 2 pin is 1 left. Well, technically it's 0 left because Democracker has the last 2 pin in hand. And West is 1 left in the wall. So I think their tricky weight outplayed them, and Mira is winning the.
リーチツモイーペイコードラドラ
And that's a Mangan from Mira. Good start.
Yeah, Mira also had a hard wait, but their payoff on getting it was way bigger than Vidro's.
Yeah, I was reading the chat and someone said that maybe Vidro should have taken the pinfu because of the added value that pinfu adds to the hand. So yeah. So let's go back to the game. Mira's hand is a bit slow, but now with the Sanzo draw, the hand is a little bit better. They can pawn the Haku. Muha drawing the 9-man Dora. If they have some luck in the draws, maybe they can have a Sanshoku 789. Yeah, maybe they can have that. I would drop, yeah, the 1 pin or the North. Vidro is Ishanten, but he has no pair. So whatever he draws, he will have a bad tempai on a Kanchan. Yeah. Do you reach that now?
リーチにゃ
He does.
Just try to go fast.
Yeah. I think I would have waited a little bit. But the issue is, since he discarded 5-man, even if he draws 4-man, he would be fully 10. So
Yeah.
because of that 5-man discard, he has to push the button. And 2 mana is 3 left in the world. Oh, Dora discard. Oh yeah, okay, it's Genbutsu. Never mind. I was gonna say what? So everyone discarded their 9-man, which means if they take the time to imagine what Vidro's hand can be, Vidro can only have 3 Doras in hand. So their expected value is a bit lower than expected. But Muhaha denied the Tempai. They are afraid of discarding the 6, which is understandable.
Well, you
But
could
now
easily have something like Richi, Tanyo, Pinfu, and 1 red, Mangan. I don't see any reds yet.
yeah. Oh. So now it's 1-2 left, 1-2 man left in the world. And Mira is folding on the 7-man. Yeah, I think everyone is folding and respecting the Richie from Vidro.
Yeah, you don't want to deal into the last place player and get them out from making it more of an even game. If someone's in the or in last place, that's where you want them to stay.
Yeah, exactly. Let them stay there and make sure that they are taking some risk along the game. What Mira will discard? Maybe 4-man? No, 6-man. Okay. Yeah, 6-man is safer because we see all the 9-man
いかなる
and
結末も受け入
almost
れ
all
まし
the
ょう
5-man, so that makes 6-man safer. And that's Ryukuku for Vidro. 3-2k.
Yep. Okay. We do have a pause going on in this table. We had
Oh.
Vidro. Their thing crashed.
Oh
And
no.
it looks like they were changing to a different platform.
Yeah, and the issue is he hasn't come back and 5 minutes have passed. And since the game is on stream, we have a rule that says that once 5 minutes has passed, we have to resume the game to make sure that the game doesn't catch up to the stream because of the delay.
Right.
So hopefully Vidro came back.
Okay. Yeah. Well, looks like we got a little bit of time to kill on this. So looking at these hands, I know it's just like the first the first opening salvo. But what are you guys seeing? What it looks like? Possible plays that everyone could be doing.
For Mira, maybe Tanyao, unless they are pairing up one of the dragons. For Demo Cracker, I don't know. It's still too early. There's maybe a chance for opening their hand if they also pair up their honors. But besides that, he has a lot of loose tiles like 1-pin Dora, 9-pin, and 1-man. So they only have 3 blocks. It's quite slow. Vidro's hand, I think it's the best between the other 2 players. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, 2 pairs. He draws the 8, so he can incorporate the 1-pin Dora in the hand. So they have some potential to have some good hands and good shapes. As for Muhaha, yeah, Muhaha also has a good hand. They have 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, they can have a chance to incorporate the 1 pin in the hand with a 2-pin draw or 1-pin draw. So I think from the high price from all the players, I think Vidro and Muhaha have the best chance to beat Tempai first.
Yeah, I think I agree with that analysis. It's still kind of early, as I said, it is still early. A lot of things could happen within this hand. Oh, it's kind of. I just noticed that everyone now is evenly second place with 27,000 across the board.
Yeah.
Even
You
though
guys
it is
use
early,
seat
it's
wind order when
no. Go ahead.
Oh, do you guys use seat wind order when someone has an equal amount of points at the end of the game to determine second, third, fourth place?
It depends on what's the Dora. Like
No,
if
no,
it's
like at the end of the game, if two people have the same score, do you
yeah.
tie the UMA or do you like
Sorry, you talk about that. No. So we do the seating order.
seat wind order? Okay.
Yeah. So to explain to the viewers, but I think most likely everyone knows. So if let's say the game would end now with 3 players at the same 2 or 3 players at the same score, the second player would be the first one
Democracker.
to would be Democracker, yeah. The first one to have been next to the leader.
Yeah, we also called that a
Oh,
head
So
bump
sorry,
situation.
Muhaha, right? The first dealer was
no, Vidro.
Vidro.
So Vidro would be first, Muha second, and then Democracker third.
Exactly.
So the chat is asking maybe we can change the table. Unfortunately, we can't. Because with how the spectator mode works in Mahjong Soul, if a table is paused, we are locked in. We can't leave.
Oh, game is started.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Vidro hasn't come back
Oh no.
at that time.
Yeah,
I
so
find all of these hands really, I find them kind of annoying because there's no clear Yaku. You just have to go by efficiency and then hope for a Richi, really, unless you draw a Yakuhai, I think. I don't see any Yaku. Do you guys?
for whose hand?
Anyone's?
Wait,
Uh,
because we have a problem. Wait a second. I have to be AFK for a second.
okay. Yeah. Kodo's gonna go off and deal with this disconnect problem that we have going. We're gonna let this game play out as it is, as it's seen in the spectator, and looks like Vidro's having some connectivity issues that we're gonna try to get sorted out.
Oh, looks like he's back.
So apparently he got disconnected again. He's back. So I was gonna ask if he was still AFK or not, because if he was AFK and a pause was requested, I was gonna say that maybe we could view another game instead of being locked in by another pause. But I think
Looks like we're back.
everyone said that he's back, so that's fine.
Yep.
I like Mira's choice of discarding the 8-9 Enchan and keeping the 2-4 Kanchan, because that can obviously draw 5 pin and become a Rianmen. Okay.
Yeah.
Will he reach it? No.
Does not. Tries to wait it out for a potentially more valuable, better weight.
リーチにゃ
Ooh.
Yeah, the issue is that now.
Also safety against a potential Richi.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though Vidro had to auto discard the first 3 tiles of their hand, they were still able to make Tempai and slam this Ricci on a looks like 9 and 8, or 9 of characters and 8 of dots weight.
Yeah.
Good fold. I'll probably do that as well.
I think I would have stayed Tempai and discard the East.
Yeah.
Just because you can maybe draw Sunpin and be just Tsumonami. But yeah, now the hand is quite a little bit complicated to do something with. Like maybe if he draws Sunpin, he can discard Sanzo because now it's Suji and still stay Dama.
Oh, that's some good folding from first place.
Oh, gives up 2 bamboo first.
Dropping the Suji for a chance of Sanshoku. Nice.
Yeah. I guess 2 so 5 so is almost the same since oh, another Richie. So what does Moa have? Richie Pinfu Dora. Waiting on a 5-head man. And it's almost dead.
Okay.
Oh no. Yeah, that was the disconnection that I saw in the post channel. So hopefully they enable the auto run or auto win. Never mind.
脳天です
I need to be right
Surprised
back
me
here
I
for
didn't drop the 8 so
Yeah.
it was Genbutsu and might have been able to get Tenpai. Right? Oh, no.
Looks like he, off of the chat history, they did reconnect, but it's unfortunate for them that they are going to have to auto discard these first few tiles. Ooh, and Mira's hand looking really shiny with 3 Dora in it, using those ones as a pair most likely. And with that, though, they are going to have to try to force potentially a closed hand of some sort. And it might take a while to get there, but if they can, it'll be worth a lot of value.
Yeah. Mostly looking pretty slow.
Okay, it looks like Vidro's back in it. It's unfortunate that they discarded those 8 and 9s because they have some connecting tiles with it. Probably could have used it for their hand, but ooh, yeah, now that's looking pretty bad. It's a little unfortunate under the circumstances, but hopefully they'll be able to recover. Okay, yeah, Miro is deep in the tank about that one, trying to figure out how they want to progress their hand to maintain as much value as they can. Deciding to give up that 7 dots, they're not going to use it on anything else, and the rest of their hand is forming out pretty well. Oh, that's 6 of characters? Fantastic pickup from Mira. Now they can actually use that red 5. There was a chance that they could have still used it if they pick up a 4, but now they don't have to do weird extra cutting in order to make it work. Oh, Demo Cracker with that 5 of characters. Very good pickup from them. That helps complete all of those character shapes just perfectly. And looks like they have a... If they get a 5 of bamboo, they'll have an amazing Pinfu set up for themselves. Five of bamboo from Wahaha. Interesting. They don't really have too much else formed out. So that 5's not going to do a whole lot. And there's that 5 of bamboo I was talking about. They just snap Ricci that. So they're going to be waiting on the 1, 4, and 7 of bamboo to try to get this dealer Pinfu hand.
Peach.
Oh, Muhaha chases.
The Sanshoku potential.
That's right. If they pick up that 6 of bamboo, they'll have a Sanshoku. But now this is getting dangerous for the rest of the table. Oh no, and there's the auto discard. Dealing right into the dealer Pinfu. Not quite.
It seems like I came back at the right moment.
Yeah, there you go.
So again, a close game between the 4 players.
Yeah, it's an interesting, like, close game because we're still on like a 3 dealer repeat.
Yeah. And there are still all the south round left, so there is still some chances to change the placement of this game.
Oh yeah, anytime I personally, whenever there's only like a 10,000 point difference, I don't consider that as that big of a lead.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
one direct hit changes the entire equation.
Yeah, one direct hit or one big sumo that the dealer would have to pay half of it. So there are many chances to change the flow of the game. But we say that, but Democracker has a good hand again
Very good.
with two dollars and maybe Tanyao. Viduro has a lot of pension with a possible faraway Sansoku on 789. He's discarding 6 so he's committing for that Sansoku. Interesting. The issue is we can already see 3/7 so that Sansoku will be a bit difficult to get. And now he discards 1 so yeah, he's really gambling on that Sansoku. Interesting. As for Muhaha, they have 1 Dora. They are still a little bit far away from Tempai, but with this 6 spin, it speed up their hand quite a bit. Now they are what, 2 Shantan from Tempai. And Mira, they also have 1 Dora, and they are 2 Shantan from Tempai.
Okay.
And Democracker is... Oh. Okay, interesting. He doesn't want to keep the 5 so. I think the play here is to discard the 1 so. But the issue is...
I think they are going to discard it as like their into Tempai discard.
Yeah, maybe. Because
like,
I was gonna say that if he kept the 5 so, he could have pawned the 2 so or the 5 so, and discard the 4 so and be a Tempai for Tanya Dora too.
Okay, it still works out well.
Yeah. And that's Richie for Mira, for Richie Dora, Shanpan on 2 so 5 pin, but the weight is dead. Maybe someone will maybe Democracker will discard the 5 so. The 2 so, the Suji. No, he won't. He's Tempai.
Yeah, not after that call.
Yeah. So now Democracker is waiting on Sanzo and Sixo, but Sanzo is dead, and Sixo is one left.
What
And
if Demon Cracker draws a 3-soul of a 3-sided Tanki?
ラ
Oh, never.
never mind.
ンピーフドラ2
And I love the emote from Muhaha with the Kavi and the hiding her faces in shame because she damaged. That's funny. So now Vidro has a good hand with 2 dollars, 3 pairs. He has a chance of Ipeko on the Suzu shape. Wow, now that's a nice pickup.
Damn, let's go.
Sanzo? Ah. I don't know about that. Maybe I would have discarded 8-9 pin and try for maybe Tanyo. But I guess they want to keep the shape, the blocks as it is for speed purposes and keep the 6 blocks. As for the others, Muhaha has a slow hand. They have 3 blocks with 1 Kanchan and 1 Penchan. Mira has some good shapes with 4 blocks, but he's 3 Shanten for now. And Demo Cracker is the one who has maybe the best chance to be the first Tempai with how the hand is. But the issue is this 8 so will be difficult to use with all the 7 so almost used. 2 from Vidro and 1 from Muhaha.
Ooh, they made some progress. Okay, Demo's gonna cut that 8 of characters. And I
Yeah.
guess still trying to hope that they can utilize this Dora before they commit to what their final hand is gonna look like.
Yeah, I think so too. I wonder what he will do when he draws 6 so. Will he keep the Etso and grid the Dora, or will he keep the Rianman? And Muhas keep the 9 so, also hoping to draw the 8 so. Unfortunately, they don't know that someone is keeping all of them, almost all of them in hand. And Mira slowly but surely is approaching Tempai. Right now he's 2 Shanten. He has a chance for Tanyao. Yeah, he discards 1 pin, 1 pin. So that means he may consider putting 4 pin or 2 pin.
パン
Or calling, yeah, that's what he does. Calling the 2 pin and going Tanyao Dora.
Yeah, I was noticing that Vito cut the 1-2 of Dot's block as soon as they pick up the 5, try to make it a little more accepting, and then they just drop the 5. Interesting.
チーです
Yeah.
Oh, now we see some fireworks going. We have a Ricci into a Chi.
Yeah,
Putting
but yeah, go ahead.
no, just putting 2 players in Tempai. Just finishing the thought.
Yeah, the issue is Muhaha's wait is dead. They are waiting on 8 so and there is 0 8 so left. So unfortunately, it's a dead weight.
Well,
And again,
their only hope is Demo Cracker somehow forming a hand and feeling the need, like the desire to push it.
ツモです
but Democracia is saved by Mira,
Tanya
swinging the hand
Dora.
for Tanya Dora. And that's a huge win for Mira because right now they are first and they still have their dealership. So it will be very interesting for them to snowball in their dealership. So Muhaha has a lot of pairs, four of them. Maybe there is a chance for Chitoy. I'm still hoping to see one this Sunday. Maybe.
Maybe at some point. Oh.
Yeah, I would do so too. 7 pin. 7 pin keeps Cheetoy alive, and it doesn't hurt the hand. Oh, so what? Yeah, okay, discard Dora, go for Ishanten. Takes the shortest path for Tempai, which I respect. There is a chance for Sananko.
Oh,
リーチ
So the weight is 5 so 1 pin.
That's a
5
great
so
weight.
yeah. The issue is 5 so is already dead. It's 2 players are keeping the. Oh wow!
mm.
Told you it's a great weight.
Never mind. Never mind. This is huge. Richie Ipatsumo,
リーチ
Sananko.
一発ツモ三
Oh, they
眼
just barely missed the Underdora.
Yeah. Imagine if it was 1 so instead of 9 so. It would be Urasan for Baiman. It would be huge.
There you go. And just like that, Mwaha pulling away from the pack, distinguishing themselves as the leader of this table.
Yeah. And they again have a good hand with a possible Ipeko and Sanshoku on 6, 7, 8. Vidro has the chance to open the hand with Haku and Chun. Yeah, which they do. And they discard 9 man. Okay. I wonder what Vidro will do when they draw the last Hatsu. Will they hope for Daisongen or Shosongen?
ポンです
Well,
That's
it looks like Demo and Vito, or Demo, Cracker, and Vito, are going to be locking each other out with these white dragons.
Yeah. By the way, Democracker was Ishanten for Cheetoy, and yet he pawned the Hatsu. That's
Pawn this.
interesting. So he's going for Toy Toy. Okay. Toy Toy Hatsu. The issue is now 5 so and 4 pin are very difficult to pawn.
They are a little difficult, but if they can magic themselves up the west wind and then shift the weight over to that, that would be a way better weight.
Yeah.
They have
It's
that
true.
opportunity. And they might, yeah, they're going to still keep themselves alive on the pairs that they have now, try to get those triples.
Yeah. Yeah, because if now, like you said, if now they pair up the Hatsu, they can discard the 5 so and be Toy Toy Honitsu. Plus the Hatsu, that would be
ポンです
Mongan. But he's Tempai now.
Yeah, they're
waiting
just going to
on
take the
open.
opportunity that presents them.
They have to. And Muha now is Ishanten, but this 4 so. Okay, they discard the 8 so, hoping for drawing maybe the last 5 so. Or the 2 so and be Tempai.
Okay, decides to
Okay,
cut the
he
3.
did not discard the 2 so. And Muaha being a little bit patient with that east because of Democracker pawns. Maybe they think that east is dangerous since it's not discarded yet, which I appreciate. They don't want to how can I say it? They don't want to take the risk and make their lead less big than what it is right now.
Yeah, that's something that I noticed when I started playing against players who've been playing for a little while longer than I had. They would they would wait on these honorless tiles, or I mean, it's honorless here, just to be able to try to trick people into dealing into
Yeah.
them. So now that's like that's kind of the Yomi levels that you got going. Well, I know you can do this, even though it's not the correct play or like the quote unquote correct statistically best play, but it's a trick I know you all like doing. So maybe I have to still play around it.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that with Bayonetta in the first game. Instead of taking the Ryanman 360, they waited on the Shanpon 5-pin Tuso, and it paid out. So sometimes the less efficient play can trick the players who have the uh, the reads they usually do, and sometimes it can trick them. And
Yeah.
in the meanwhile, Vidro is Tenpai on waiting on Senzo.
Oh wow,
Oh,
Mwaha, look at
wow.
this.
Will we see Sonko Tongi? That would be
It
well. It's Sananko, so they have a
yes.
Yaku, but oh no!
Oh, there's the 3.
Yeah, the malicious Senzo.
So Mohaha actually could have called those east because that was their seat, so they could have still had the Yaku for it, but decides against it to try to go for more value.
Well, if they called the East, it was a Khan. So I think that's why they didn't call the East,
Yeah,
because they already had 3 of them.
that is true. It does not progress them unless they
Yeah.
try to luck for the after the Khan Yaku. But that's a bit of a Hail Mary that you
Yeah.
don't need to go for here.
Yeah. I think that's the kind of play that well, even so, I think canning there is bad because you are removing your Yaku, which is Sananko. Since you had three triplets in hand, you want to keep that because it's more value than your enchant. So even so, I think canning would be very bad.
I definitely agree there. I just got to point out the opportunities for cons.
Oh yeah, for sure, for content.
Yeah, and trust me, I have had no shortage of people telling me those cons were bad, but what's not bad is this really early Ricci from Vito.
Yeah, and that's a good weight, 6-9 so. Unfortunately, there is only one 6-0 in the wall and oh, never mind.
Yeah,
Pats.
there's also this 9 that's going to get dealt in. There's that one. They use that one to win.
Yeah. I mean, we can't blame Timo Cracker. He had not that much safe tiles, so he had to make a choice. Unfortunately, it wasn't the best one.
Yeah,
But it's not like he had a better choice. So.
yeah, that is the thing about mahjong is there's a formula to it, but the circumstances of the game changes the formula constantly. So you can still do what is considered the best good moves and still not win. But Vito, oh man, they got
Yeah.
something cooking.
I was gonna say, have you guys seen Vidro's hand? Like, it can go in a lot of ways. Wait,
Unfortunately for Vito, with that red dragon call, I don't imagine Mira's gonna give up these green dragons at all.
oh yeah. It will stay in their hand. But I mean, they can still draw a white dragon and go for Toy Toy, Chun, Haku, Shosangen, Toy Toy. That would be a lot of fun. But no, no Dream.
Yeah, decides to cut the white dragon, try to go for a little more speed in their hand than the value.
Yeah. I mean, I understand that play too because one hand is enough to be second place for Vidro, since they are only 400s behind Mira, so one hand is enough. There is no you can dream and go for a bigger hand and try to go for first place.
I didn't even notice this was South 4. You're right.
Yeah, it's already South 4, so yeah. That's why that hand is more than enough for Vidro for his game, for himself, but also for his team. That second race is good enough. And that's a good play from them. Oh, that's a Dirin. That's a good Sashikami from Muhaha. It's not a big hand. They still keep their first place and they give the second place to Vidro.
Yeah,
That's
there you go.
a good finish.
Yeah, fairly close game. A lot of close
Yeah.
games today.
Yeah, indeed. Now
Alright.
let's see if other games are still going on. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, all of them.
Yep,
Oh,
it's still going. All right.
yeah.
See Shimmer's game, maybe?
You want Shammer?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's go and see Shimmer's game. If he's last, we move. So okay, he's second place. Okay, good. Oh, what happened to Night Kev?
Looks like Venus bullied them a little. Shimmer might have bullied them as well, and they just couldn't get anything else out from under it. Ooh, Venus going for this half flush here.
Yeah. He want to maximize the points. And again, Venus is from my team. Can we go first today? Can we? I feel like I don't need to play anymore.
Yeah, just stick with the commentary and things will work out for the team.
Yeah. Yeah, Buckets and me are washed up. The others are carrying us. They are doing better than us. And it's Tempai for Venist, waiting on 5-8 pin. Yeah. And all of them are in the wall. Wow. That's...
Oh yeah, you're gonna drop that too for that. That's
The
unfortunate.
copy deals into Shimmer. For South only.
Yep, second place secure.
Yeah. That's a good second place for Shimmer's team. And Nightcap had to push that top in, unfortunately, for the Ishanten.
Couldn't be helped.
Yeah, it's
exactly.
the unfortunate spot in Mahjong where you're in last place, so you need to be forced to make desperate plays that are just going to get you further into last place. All right, you mentioned Cymob, and so I'm interested in this game.
Yeah, I'm also interested in Cymob. I think Cymob is the player that attracted almost all the captains in the draft. Because they have some very good stats and they are very interesting. I really want to see how. Wait, I'm saying that, but what is this? Dora 3 plus South? No, Dora 4. Oh my god!
Yeah.
And then that 5. So
Yeah, they got something cooking.
Ale might didn't, or maybe it will discount 9-man or 8-man. No, it's a didn't.
Oh, there's a deal in.
That's a Mongan.
I haven't seen this outfit before.
Yeah, me too. I mean, in Mahjong Soon, almost everyone plays the waifus, so I almost never see the husbandos. So, Bongo Hands is quite good. There is a far away Sanshoku 678, and they need all the points they need, so that's why they are keeping the Dora for a bit. Cymob is first thanks to the Mongan from A, so they have a good lead for this last round.
Yeah.
And they have a slow hand, so they can take it easy.
Yeah, this is an interesting spot compared to the other Olas that we've seen, where everything's been very close, so people just trying to get that one win in to kind of change their spot or secure their spots. Here, the point spread is pretty drastic between all 4 places. Literally every player within a different tens of thousands spot in there. So if there's going to
Yeah,
be any sort of movement going on, you're going to need to try to get some big hands going.
yeah. I think that if we take each player's perspective, Simob can take it easy because ID Ponji needs a Haneman Sumo or yeah, a Haneman Sumo to be first, and it's quite difficult to get that. ID Ponji, they are second place, far away from first place, and also far away from third place. So they can also take it easy, maybe with a well-placed Dama. Bongo Wowo, they need all the points they need, so they will push everything, every tile they can. And I guess if they see a Richie, they will ignore the Richie and just push. Air, well,
Yeah,
I
Ellie
don't know what.
it's in a hard spot because they discarded their wind Dora on the second row and then drew it
Yeah,
2 turns later. I think
yeah,
not playing to that out kind of kills any sort of chance that they have of making an actual comeback, unless they somehow get a massive direct hate off of Bongo.
yeah. Maybe they will see the chance for Chinitsu if they can, even though they discarded 2-man. But depending on the draw, I wouldn't be surprised to see Aid force Chinitsu. And as for Bongo, they called the 8-man trying to force the Tanyao. And we see that the Sandman is red right now, which means that Saimob is Tenpai. And like I said, they are taking it easy with Dama Tanyao. Oh, now they call Richie. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
リーチ
it's interesting
Oh,
because it's a pretty good weight, and in this situation, the table is forced to make plays. Like
yeah.
they kind of have to just ignore your Ricci.
Nice.
That's why I would have preferred to go for Dama and let the others fight and just take the Dama here. But also, the more points you win, the
Yeah.
better it is for your team. So
Yeah, it's not just about getting the first place. It's how much you win by is definitely relevant.
yeah, exactly. It's all about the risk and reward. So
Okay.
Simob takes a big first for the team, and we have one
Oh
last
wow, we get to
table.
touch on all the tables. Nice.
Yeah. Oh, Rispiv, no.
All right, Igor's on my team, and okay. Ooh, they got something cooking. Probably not enough to for Igor to do a placement change unless they get a direct hit.
Yeah. Well, they have Dora 4, so
Yeah.
they can still do it. Like a big Tsumo and Hanabila would take half of it.
チ
Maybe they will Chi. Yeah, Chi 1
Yeah,
pin.
just try to get something going with this.
And they are Ishanten. Yeah, I mean, Tanya Dora 4 is good enough. They have to make that call. And try to Tsumu and be second place.
Yeah, as Igor, and I'm gonna keep talking about Igor because they're on my team. It's a good spot to be in because like even like you're not in danger really of losing placement if you push this hand because 4th place is just so far below you. It frees you up to not think about folding.
Yeah, you can take the risk and push the hand until the end. And since you are seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 Doras, 5 with the red 5. So as Igor, you can see 5 Doras. So you know that the other 3 are somewhere else. So you know that you can still push the hand and the
Damn it.
expected value of the other hand would be lower. But then there's this Dama Pinfo.
Good try. Good try.
Yeah. And
Man,
this is
I had to leave
yeah.
on that note. That's gonna put a salty taste in my mouth for the rest of the day.
Yeah, you mean that they could have gone for
Yeah,
the
that.
second place?
Yeah, they could have had a lot of points there, and they just got down by pea
Yeah.
food. Oh well, and how it be sometimes.
Indeed.
All right, well there you go. That concludes our week 3 of the W League.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Thank you to all the players who played today. Thank you, chat, for hanging out with us, watching these really awesome Mahjong games. Uh, is there anything else I need to bring up before we send it off for the day? Do we
Yeah.
know the pairings for next week?
Yeah, there is a few things to show. So maybe show the standing after all the games are played
Yeah.
from
Let me
today.
bring this back up. So this should all be updated. I believe it is.
Yeah, they are. They are. Normally they are. Yeah, I'm checking the spreadsheet. Yes, they are. All the points are inputted.
I mentioned
Alright.
something quickly.
Sure, sure.
I just wanted to mention that Shimmer is making an event of his own. He wants it to be with strong players, 7 down plus. So if anyone watching is 7 down plus or knows anyone, then get in touch with Shimmer. He's going to make an event called the Shimmer Invitational 2023.
Well, unfortunately, in our little community, there is only what 2 or 3 Ho-Ho players in the
Yeah,
Discord,
I
so
noticed. Not many.
it will be difficult. But yeah, I know that Navitas played in the Shimmer's tournament last year, I think. He finished second place. So yeah, it was definitely fun to watch as a viewer.
Strong. Yeah.
So to come back to the W League, so I don't know if we can see the standing on stream. No, we
Yeah,
can't.
do we
We are
Oh, sorry.
yeah,
Sorry.
no problem, no problem. So yeah, the standing to see who is where. So yeah, Magic Cat still first. They didn't take a huge hit this week. So Orin Zetsu Kami takes the wheel, both taking some places, and yeah, then like we said, it's still. So someone is saying why the checksum is -23. Because in week 2, my team took a -5 penalty because we had to sub someone from my team while they were supposed to play. And this week, I think it's Team Longdong Gang. They had Jowser, who was supposed to play today. They weren't there. They didn't check in. We waited for 10 minutes. The team didn't provide a sub, so they took a -20 penalty.
Yeah, the total is not going to take into account all the penalties that accrue over the course of each of the weeks.
Yeah, so that's why the checksum is not
Yeah.
0, but -23. That's why.
Yeah. Looking at the team positions, like Magic Cat and Muteki pulling out up front pretty convincingly to start us off. And because they have a big lead, two teams are going to have some pretty bad negatives. We have No Time to Riichi, Damadane, and In the Name of Hades, both nearing the over 100 or negative 100 points. So they're going to have to get some work in to try to make up that difference. But we still have 7 weeks. You can get a lot of points within a single week. Like you guys almost got 3 first place in 1 week. That could just be enough to get you out of these holes. It's still plenty of time left.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, we've seen some teams gaining some big wins this week, so it can happen to other teams. So Oleg is show the prediction. We can't. because only I have the access to the prediction. So this will be shown on the Discord, not on stream. So everyone has to be patient.
Yep.
On that.
Do we have the
Uh,
schedule up for at
yes.
least for team pairings?
Yeah. All the pairing is done for all the weeks.
Oh yeah, that's right. We've just been doing. This has already been done.
Yeah.
Okay, so here it is for. Let me. Okay, I can't alter that. Probably good. But let me just do a thing. There we go.
Oh wait, maybe
And
I
there you go.
can do at all.
Now don't worry about it. It's fine.
Uh,
I mean, we can see the week 4 in the middle here, so it's fine.
oh, okay.
So there you have it. Here are going to be next week's pairings. Let's see who am I.
So we have Ruiso no Kuni, Damadane, Tilting Otakaze, and Longdonggang for table 1. For table 2, we have Sankatsu. Oh, that's a big table. Sankatsunomi, Muteki, Team Name Pending, and Magic Cat. We have Magic Cat and Muteki, the first and second place on the standing. It will be a game changer in week 4.
Oh yeah.
Oh, when you said Long Dong Gang, I thought you said London Gang, as in the city of London. I was like, oh wow, they're in London. I'm in London as well. Maybe I can meet up with them or something. But no, it's Long Dong Gang.
Yeah. No,
Is that is
they live
that
in
Yeah.
America.
is that okay with the rules?
No.
The
Yeah,
rules for being
it's okay.
inappropriate, maybe. I'm
The
just kidding.
name? Or you mean meeting someone? No, that's fine.
No, I mean, is it against the rules to have the name Long Dong Gang?
No, it's the same
Oh,
name that they had last year.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's not that. I mean, it's not provocative, from
Is it
what
not?
I know.
It's a pun.
Uh,
It's a pun. It's fine. Puns are fun.
yeah. Like everyone has some puns here and there. So from table
Damadane
3,
is a really good name as well.
yeah. Some teams has some very funny names. So in table 3 we have Urachan, Orinzetsu, Kami Take the Wheel, and No Time Richie. Maybe we'll see each other, Curly.
Which one was your team again?
Orinzetsu.
Okay, you're all in Zetsu. Yeah, maybe we might battle.
And then table 4 we have 100% Deadboard, Richie Drift, Terribly Run, and in the Name of Hades. So yeah.
Yeah.
Some good tables here and there.
All right. Well, thank you again, everyone, for tuning in to week 3 at the W League. Thank you, Kodo and Tomato, for commentating our games that we have today. And
having me.
yeah, if there's nothing else, is there anything, Tomato, you want to say before we sign off?
Oh, just thanks for having me as a commentator. It was very fun to watch. It was very fun to talk about and listen to you guys give your insight. Yeah, I have nothing more to say. GG's.
Good
Yeah,
games indeed.
Yeah, good games indeed. And yeah, I think we should also mention that before letting the stream go, that the W League is sponsored by Yostar, sorry. So a big thank you to Yostar for providing some prizes for the 4 teams who will be in the finals. Thank you very much.
Arigato.
Very generous of them and very awesome that they have their eyes on the community as we come up with our own ways to play the game. All right. Thank you so much. I have been your host, Curly. You can find me on my channel at Curly_TTV, where I usually do Mahjong Mondays. You can catch me there if you liked hanging out and, just talking about stuff, talking about Mahjong and anime and all that jazz.
Well, I'm Kodo, also known as Kodomius. You can find me in rough Discord, shit posting there, and doing some blog reviews.
Yeah, and herding all the cats together to make this league actually happen. So once again, thank you, Kodo, for all the work that you do.
No problem. Well, you should maybe, or we should also thanks the staff. They are doing a good job when I'm busy doing the commentary or playing. So it's also thanks to them that we can maintain this event every time.
Yeah, if you haven't already, any staff member that you see online, just give them a quick thank you so much for all the work that you do. It means a lot to me in the community that you all put in the work to have this thing going. All right, and I believe with that we are going to end the stream. Thank you again so much, and we will see you all next week for week 4 of the W League.
Yes, next week, same time, same day.
All right, bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.